First of all, I just want to thank Chevening for the opportunity because this is a life-changing opportunity, to be very honest. So I'd like to say thank you to Chevening. If they come across this video, thank you. And since I'm about to share slides from a very amazing scholar, Favor Goodwill, I also want to acknowledge her. She made these slides and they were very, very detailed. So I requested her permission to just edit it a little bit and essentially use the slides. So Favor Goodwill, if you're seeing this as well, thank you. Thank you for allowing me use your slides. So I will try to share my screen now. If you can see my screen, please let me know. Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can. Oh, I can.
Guys, an emoji. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Okay, now I think I'm sharing my whole screen, which I shouldn't, but okay, that's fine. All right, so let's start at the very beginning. My name is Rita, and this is a Chevening Information and Live Essay Review session. And like I said before, I'm giving a special shout out to Favor Goodwill, who made essentially availed me with her slides, her very, very well prepared and detailed slides. I went through it. I did one or two changes, but these essentially were originally Favor Goodwill slides. So thank you, Favor. And just before I begin again, I would like to say that whatever it is I say on this live is my opinion and it's based on my experiences. It does not represent the Chevening program, the FCDU, or any other institution. It is me. Okay, it's all me. And now I'll quickly go to the popular myths. And maybe you can share some myths in the chat box as well. But the popular myths are, oh, this scholarship is basically for first class students or only second class upper. According to the Chevening program officer in Nigeria, Ms. or Madam Fumilayo Ladepo, she said originally Chevening expressly said it is for at least a second class upper. Like you must get at least a second class upper to be qualified, right? It was one of the qualification criteria. But that was because they needed a certain standard of people. Like they needed to know that you can undertake rigorous studies in the United Kingdom. They needed to know that you have the ability to go through you have what it takes to undertake a study in the United Kingdom. But we all know, like, based on the respective countries you come from, I don't know about some other countries, but speaking for Nigeria, we know that sometimes your grades are not exactly a reflection of the work you put in university. Some people maybe offended the lecturer and they downgraded them. Some people couldn't pay school fees, so they missed some exams and they ended up with like a second class lower and all of that. So because of these, Chevening has sort of, I mean, the requirement is still a second class upper, but where they see exceptional qualities, leadership qualities, exceptional networking qualities through your essays, they are willing to, allow for someone with a second class lower. I've seen someone with a 2-2 who got Chevening, okay? So yes, it's a myth. If you have a 2-2, you can get Chevening as well. It is too competitive. It is competitive, but you can do it all on your own. You don't need an agent. The work hours are very, very important. The work hours are very, very important. They are non-negotiable. You must meet that criteria. Okay. You need to have an NGO before winning the scholarship. That's a very, 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 very big myth. Yes, a couple of us have NGOs, but that's just because this is something we're really passionate about. It has nothing to do with winning the Chevening scholarship. I know a lot of people without NGOs who have gotten the Chevening scholarship. Okay, so that is not that's not like the only criteria. You must have worked with the UN or other similar institutions. This is also very wrong. You don't have to have worked with the UN. Just displaying leadership qualities in your small space, in your small community is more than enough to win the scholarship. And the final myth I'll be addressing is that you must have gotten your school admissions. No, you mustn't. You mustn't have gotten your UK school admissions. Now, what is Chevening? Now, I got this question from, a couple of people. I had sent out a form for people to ask questions and send their essays. And yes, I got a couple of response. I got a lot of responses, to be honest. And one of the questions I got was, what is the Chevening? I want to apply, but I don't know what it is. I'm like, I don't understand. I thought I said they don't ask questions that are very easy to, I don't know, figure out. But anyway, someone asked me that, and I will answer. What is Chevening? Chevening is a fully funded scholarship and fellowship program that is administered by the United Kingdom. Okay. So it is a fully funded scholarship program by the United Kingdom. So sorry about that. Yes. So that's what Chevening is. And another question is, oh, does Chevening administer PhD programs? Yes, Chevening does. Chevening administers PhD programs. Okay. One second. Now, what Chevening does is it essentially takes care of all your financial expenses for you to undertake a fully funded postgraduate study in the United Kingdom. Does Chevening operate anywhere else aside the United Kingdom? No, it doesn't. So essentially, Chevening pledges and actually fulfills the pledge to handle all your postgraduate study in the United Kingdom. Okay. Yes. One second, something is, yes. They fund everything. They fund your flight tickets to and fro. They fund your tuberculosis test. They fund your visa fees. They give you a departure and arrival allowance. They give you like a travel top up, like when you're coming and when you're going, and then they give you a monthly stipend. And your monthly stipend is dependent on wherever it is you're studying. So for scholars studying in London, another place, and other cities that are very inflation prone, other cities that are very, very expensive to live in, they get a bit more money than, say, scholars studying in some other cities. I don't want to start calling specific cities right now, but yes, that's what Chevening is. And what is the eligibility criteria? You must, be from an eligible country, and you can find all eligible countries on the Chevening website, which is www.chevening.org. You must have an undergraduate degree from like a recognized institution like a university, and these days polytechnics too are also, I've seen people from polytechnics also get Chevening. So yes, that's another myth. You must have at least 2 years, or I put the or in capital letters because it's an either or situation, right? It is either 2 years Or if you don't have up to 2 years, because I got a question as well saying, oh, I have 1 year, 6 months. Can I apply? If you have 1 year, 6 months, but the 1 year, 6 months equates to 2,800 hours of work, then you can apply for Chevening. You can apply for the Chevening scholarship, yeah? And then you must return to your country of citizenship for a minimum of 2 years after your award has ended. And the 2 years starts counting from the year your award ended. So for example, I finished Chevening this year, September 2024. By September 2026, 24, yes, 25, that's 2 years. I'm done. Yeah. So by September 2026, if I want to undertake anything else in another country, if I want to come back to the UK, I'm free to do that. Okay. So you must return to your country for 2 years after your award. Now, let us go to how you calculate your work hours. I know that this is a problem a lot of you have. I've gotten a couple of questions on how to calculate your Chevening work hours as well. Now, normally, if you work 9 to 5, right, you have like, I hope this is not blocking the screen. Yeah, minimize that. So if you work 9 to 5, you have like 8 hours per day, right, which is 40 hours per week. Now, a working year is 52 weeks, right? I think it's pretty explanatory, which is 40 times 52. If your hour exceeds 2,800, it will be a problem. And if your hours are below that number as well, it will also be a problem. And for those who are still confused, because I don't want to waste too much time, I want to dive right into essay reviews. You can go to my YouTube channel where there's a video there that essentially says step-by-step process to apply for Chevening. It's right there on my YouTube channel. You can watch it and know how to calculate your work hours. I might do a specific video on how to calculate your work hours too on my YouTube. Because with Chevening, there's a specific amount of hours for full-time work per week, and there's a specific amount of weeks you can calculate in a year. So yeah, that's that. Your work experience can be full-time, it can be part-time, it can be voluntary or paid, it can be unpaid internships. Now, your work experience must not be, for instance, for those who have to do a compulsory IT as part of like their education. For instance, there are some students in Nigeria, for example, people that study, I think, electrical and electronics engineering or so, they have this compulsory internship work experience that they have to do, and it counts towards like their school credits. You can't include that. If it is specific to your school, like if it counts towards your school credit, you can't include that work experience. It must be work experience that you undertook of your own accord that does not count towards. For example, as a lawyer, there's this thing we call externship. We do externship when you're in the Nigerian law school. There's an externship that you have to undertake for, I think, 6 weeks. And that externship counts towards our law school, like the whole law school experience. Now, I cannot include that externship, right? But if you do any other like internship, you undertake any other internship, whether it's full-time, whether it's part-time, you volunteered with an organization, whether you were paid or you were not paid, it counts towards your work experience. So do not despise that small internship you took for, say, 2 weeks with maybe an NGO or any small organization around you. It counts, okay? It counts. Now, what do you need to know about Chevening? They're focused on your personal, your academic, and your professional development, right? And they want to build your network, essentially. They want to build your professional network in the hopes that you would utilize this new network and, continue to cause change. You collaborate with these new scholars and other people you meet during your time in the UK, and you'd go back to your country to advance the cause for which you have been granted the scholarship. Okay, so if I say, oh, I want to advance the cause of women's economic rights, The goal is that I meet with other scholars who are maybe passionate about the same thing. I meet with lecturers, I meet with people in various institutions, law firms, various places here, NGOs. And then I'm able to build a network that transcends Nigeria. Okay. I'm able to now build this network, collaborate with these people, and advance UK's priority areas in my field, in my country. That is the idea. Okay. So I don't want to delve too much on that. Now, what do you need to consider before you start applying for Chevening? Do you really want Chevening? Like, do you really want the scholarship? Oh, yes, I want it. It's fully funded. They pay for all my fees. I don't have to spend anything. Beautiful. Why? Why do you want the scholarship? Does it align with your career goals? What exactly is it? For some people, they want to leave Nigeria and never ever return. Then Chevening is not for you. Because with Chevening, you must come back home. You must go back home rather. Okay, so Chevening is not for you. There's some people, maybe there's some things Chevening stands for. Chevening, there's some people that are very, very, how do I put this? Their selling points is their academics, like, oh, I made it first class. I wrote like 3,000 publications. If your selling point is your academics specifically, then Chevening, you might be better suited for other sister scholarships like, say, Commonwealth Shared. you know. Chevening is very, very leadership inclined. It's very, very get your hands dirty, do the work, change your community inclined. But if you're not that kind of person, if you're more of like an academic, then you might want to consider Commonwealth Shared as opposed to Chevening, because Commonwealth Shared allows you, for instance, to continue your academics in the UK. Like, they require that you come back, but they are willing to allow you stay back in the UK if you maybe intend to pursue a PhD, for example. They might be willing to give you a leeway. But Chevening is like, you must come back. That thing you said you want to do in your country, come back and do it. Okay, and then you must also ask yourself if you're eligible for this scholarship. In fact, for anything you want to apply for, it's not just Chevening. For any scholarship you want to apply for, I think the first thing you should ask yourself is, am I eligible for this scholarship? You know? All right. Now, you need to prepare. You have to have your passport. If you don't have your passport while doing your application, do not fret. Apply for your passport, okay? Apply and get your passport before interview period, and before you know that it's already getting close for you to the time where you have to travel. You're preparing because you hope to get a scholarship, right? So don't wait to see if you've gotten it or not before you get a scholarship, because I believe everybody should have an international passport anyways. So start applying for your passport. Ensure that all your education documents, your transcripts, your reference letters from maybe your lecturers and all of that, just all your documents, your degree certificates, and everything you need to have. Ensure that you've applied for them already. Ensure you're following up on them. Okay? Your school admission. Yes, I mean, you have to highlight the schools you want to go to, because even while you're writing, you're studying in the UK essay. If you don't know the schools you want to go to, that's a waste of time, no? So you need to highlight the schools you want to go to. But in my personal opinion, you don't need to apply to your schools just yet. Focus on your essays for now. However, for schools that require IELTS, if you know that any of the schools you've highlighted requires IELTS, then please start preparing for your IELTS immediately, because sometimes IELTS dates are quite funny. So start preparing for your IELTS immediately, okay? Don't wait until the last minute before you start preparing for your IELTS, because by then it might be too late, okay? Then start reaching out to scholars on LinkedIn. I don't mean jumping into their DMs to say, oh, review my essay, please, review my essay, please. Like, connect with them. Oh, yeah, you do this work, I do the same work you do, join Chevening communities on Facebook, on Instagram, wherever. Read blogs. A lot of Cheveners have their blogs out there. Read their stories. I have my YouTube channel, for example. Read these stories, get inspired, okay? Now, we are getting into the crux of I'm done with like the preliminaries. If you have any questions and you were not able to write them on the Google Doc, because all the questions I received on the Google document, I actually wrote them out, and I'll be addressing them at some point during this live meeting. But if you have other questions that you feel I have not addressed in these preliminaries, please feel free to ask them in the comments, and I'll get to them later. Now you have your essays, your interview, and your school admission. These are the three components of the Chevening scholarship, because at the end of the day, if you get the scholarship, I've seen someone that got the scholarship but somehow could not get an admission and lost the scholarship, which was very sad because the scholarship is so competitive. So to go all the way to the final round and not now have admission was very sad to me. It was just very, very sad. So your essays, your interview, and your admission. Now your essays, the deadline to submit your essays, like your preliminary application with your essays, is the 5th of November, so less than a month from now. Okay, which is why I had to take out time from my very, very, very choking schedule to do this meeting, to have this meeting. Your essays are very important. That's, in fact, right now, in my opinion, that should be your all in all. Forget about your admissions. Just know the schools, know why you want to pick your schools, and start gathering your education documents. But focus for now, between now and 5th of November, focus more on your essays, okay? And then you have the interview. So between now and December, the reading committee would remove a lot of people. Like they would reject a lot of people, not based on the essays, but based off of your preliminaries, like those that, like eligibility basically, right? And then a lot of people are going to be knocked off, like thousands of people are going to be knocked off. Then between December and mid-February, that's when the reading committee is now going to sit down and really, really assess essays. And that is when a lot of people are going to leave because of their essays, right? So thousands of people are going to be knocked off between 5th of November and December. That's the first rejection stage. And then the second rejection/acceptance stage comes in mid-February, when a lot of people are going to be knocked off as well after they finish reading the essays. Okay, so that's when we'll know who has made it to the interview stage by mid-February. And then from late February till about late April or early May, that will be interview stage. That is when thousands and thousands of interviews are going to be happening across 160 countries of the world. Okay. And then from I think July, late June. Interviews end in April rather. Then between mid to late June and maybe first week of July, we'll start getting we are pleased to inform you that you have been selected. The reading committee was impressed with your essays and you've been selected, and a couple of people will also cry because that's when a lot of people will also be rejected. Okay, after the interview stage. Now, let's move on. How do you write your Chevening essays? First of all, you have to be an adept storyteller. So I was reading a couple of essays. I have not commented on a lot. I've commented on a couple. And when I say storyteller, I think we have to address some things here. Some people think nobody's asking you to be John Grisham or to be, who is a very popular novelist, Chinua Achebe, or I don't know, James, I don't know what novelist to call that is popular to everyone here. Nobody's asking you to be Chimamanda Adichie, for example. Don't start saying in a suburban country in the Middle East, a young boy or a young girl called Rita grew into a full-fledged woman and decided that she was going to further the cause of, I don't know, women's economic empowerment. Please, I beg you, because I read some messages, I'm like, what is happening here? Is this person writing a novel? You're supposed to, when we say storytelling, we mean, first of all, grammatical technique wise, like write in active voice. Secondly, know how to convey some, for example, let me give an example. If someone says, if you're reading a leadership essay, for example, and you see an essay that says, leadership is the art of leading and not following. And that is the reason why I decided to lead at my last office, and I decided to further the cause of women's rights in Nigeria. Let's just say. And you read an essay that starts with, um, let me just give you a hypothetical situation. My father's death from cancer, you know, opened my eyes to the dire medical situation in, say, rural areas in Nigeria. As a result of his death, and let's say the medical personnel, let's say as a result of the fraudulent behavior from medical personnel in rural Abakaliki in Nigeria, my father lost his life. This inspired my surgeon into cancer research to address the whatever of medical personnel and increase life expectancy outcomes for those living or struggling with cancer in Nigeria. Please, if you're a member of the reading committee and you read the first one and you read the second one, which one are you going to pick? Obviously the first one, right? Because you can connect a story with this person's passion and with this person's work or career path or whatever it is this person does. You're connecting a story, a real life story with, and no, you must not always write about something bad. It could even be something good that spurred you to actually undertake this journey. But, you know, just make sure that there is a story somewhere. Know how to write. You don't have to come and start doing too much or using like huge words or whatever. It's not necessary. Now, your technique. For every essay you're going to write, just know that your essay should have like an introductory paragraph. Your essay should have the body, and your body is essentially your examples. Okay? So if, for example, you have two examples in your leadership essay, your leadership essay will have your introductory paragraph, then the body made up of two paragraphs, one for each example, and then your concluding paragraph. Okay? That's the structure of your essays. All your essays should let me not say must, but let me just say should desirably have this structure. And then you should use the star L approach. Is there anybody here who does not know what the star L approach is? Shukurat, yes, we'll be majorly reviewing essays, but there are a couple of people here who do not know these preliminaries. So that's why it's called an information session and an essay review session. It's both an information and essay review session. So yes, we'll be reviewing essays, but just because I don't want some weird questions after, I want to just give like this brief intro. Well, it's not so brief, but a detailed intro. Okay? So just please be patient until we get to the essay review segment or session. Now, where was I? I was talking about the star approach. Oh, did someone raise their hand as to not knowing what the star approach is? Well, the star approach is essentially you giving us a situation, telling us a task, then you give us the action you took with respect to this task rather, and then the results you got from the task. And then the L there, which might or might not apply, depends on you and how much word count you have, is the lesson you learned. Okay. And then always make sure that when you're writing your essays, you include statistics, you do your research in your area. Then, does it reflect you? Does it really tell your story? And does it reflect like your vision and like your passion? Does it tell exactly what it is you've done? Okay, of course, spelling errors. I don't need to tell you that you need to look out for spelling errors. You need to stick within the word count. Don't disqualify yourself in December by writing 700 words when they've told you that 500 words is, is the maximum. And don't make yourself look like you don't know what you're doing by writing, say, 100 words. Imagine you're a reading committee person and you just see an essay with 50 words or 100 words. Obviously, you're not going to take that person seriously, okay? And then please do not copy someone else's essay. Plagiarism is a crime. It's literally an academic crime. Don't do it, I beg. It makes you look very unserious, and of course, it brings your integrity into question. So refrain from doing it. This can go. I've spoken about this. And now let's go to your leadership essay. Just so that we're on the same page, would you guys like me to continue, or would you want to delve straight into essay review? Is there anybody actually learning something from this, or do you just want to delve into essay review? Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you all done? Chester, you cannot hear? Please, can everybody hear me? Oh, okay, because someone was saying, oh, thank you very much. All right. All right. So I'll just quickly, I'll be very quick, and then we can start reviewing the essays, okay? Because apparently some people's blood is hot. It's very hot today. Don't worry, we'll go into essay review in a bit. Okay. So in your leadership, again, remember that this is my personal opinion, and for the people I have worked with one-on-one, it has worked for them. Please don't come and start defining leadership and be putting quotes in your essay. It's not necessary. I beg you in the name of God, don't do it. Secondly, don't use an example from, say, secondary school. Please don't. On no account should you use them. Why? You're already, you've done how many years of university? You've done youth service for some people in Nigeria. You've done youth service. You've done, I don't know. And then you're going to secondary school, tell me they gave you head girl. I don't understand. Don't do it. If you don't have any recent professional experience, then maybe Chevening is not for you. Not yet. Okay. Then because they gave you CEO of Borakpo Union does not mean you're a leader. You have to show us what you've done. Remember, the leadership and influencing essay says, question asks how you have influenced others and how you have helped to do things in your community or in your society. So you're not supposed to be telling us, how do I put it? You're not supposed to be telling us, oh, I was a CEO in this, so I was a leader. Please, please, please. Then you have to demonstrate your ambition, like link your examples. I always tell people, let your essay have a story. Let it have one theme. For example, if you're I will keep using myself as an example. I work with women, and my job is to make sure that they are economically okay, like they are financially stable and that they are contributing, to economic development essentially. So I'm essentially addressing economic empowerment for women in Nigeria. That is me. That is my passion. That is what I do. Aside the fact that I'm a legal practitioner and I've worked for 5 years in legal practice as like a dispute resolution specialist, a commercial law, dispute resolution. I also, one of my very core passions is women's economic empowerment, right? So you have to make sure that the thread of anybody reading your leadership essay can see that, oh, this person is into economic empowerment for women. They read your networking. they can see, oh yeah, this person is into economic empowerment for women. So I know that as a human being, you've done many things, but for Chevening, show us the one thing that encapsulates your passion and what it is you want to go and study. Don't in your leadership example give an example about, let's say you helped people to drill borehole in a community. Then in your networking, I'm seeing that you're doing something on cancer research. Then maybe you're studying in the UK, you're not telling me that what you want to study is food nutrition. I swear. I don't swear, but I'm telling you that the probability, in my opinion, of you getting the scholarship will be low. Because if I was in the reading committee and I'm reading your essay and your leadership, you are this, I'm seeing there are good examples, but I'm just seeing that, oh, in here you're doing cancer research, then here you help somebody to drill borehole in the community, then the next one you are giving pad to young girls, then in the next one you're helping. I'm just like, nah, there is no thread. Okay, so please. And then, all right, so this, I'll just allow you look at this briefly. This is like examples, a bad leadership example and a good leadership example. To me, leadership is the ability to guide, inspire, and influence individuals towards common goal, towards the achievement of common goals. In 2019, I did this. If you look at this first example, you don't really know who this person is. From the person's introductory paragraph, you can't tell who the person is. So what do you do in life? You know? Because if I read your first example, I might assume, okay, maybe the person is about climate change, reducing plastic waste. But if I read the second example and that is not that the second example does not reflect climate change or plastic waste or whatever, I might say, okay, so what does this person do exactly? Right? But you look at the second example, a personal cervical cancer experience, right? And then you're seeing the person giving a problem, situation, the person using star approach, see the situation. According to the World Health Organization, the second most frequent cancer among women in Nigeria is what? Is cervical cancer. Now, she has linked her personal story with a problem that women face in Nigeria and with statistics. And now said, okay, I've identified the problem now, right? I want to do something about it. And she went down to, I led the Work Against Cervical Cancer campaign in June, which provided, now that is her action, right? She did something about it. And then what is the result? 100 women got free screening, right? And then what did she get from it? She gained a partnership with Zenith Bank. Or he gave, yes, cervical cancer, female. Yes, so the person that wrote this is female. So you see how you can link your personal story with what it is you want to do and still let us know, like just create that common thread in your essay. All right. So I don't know if I might ask Favor if she's willing to share this slide with you guys. And if she's willing to have these slides shared, then I would share them maybe on a Google Doc online, and then you guys will have access to it. Yeah. I'm just going to run through it now so that we can enter the live essay reviews. Now, for your networking essay, like I said in my YouTube video, you should be showing the I think 5 or 4 W's. You should show where, you should show when, you should show who, and you should show what. So it's the 4 W's. So where did you meet this person? When did you meet this person? Who did you meet? What did you guys do together? Then, of course, your R, the result of what you guys did together. And finally, you should show how you impacted this person and how the person impacted you as well. So make sure you show the 4 W's in your networking essay and be very, very exact. If you met Mr. Adebanjo Okechukwu, the CEO of Zenith Bank, at a cervical screening conference in Lagos, say it. Say, I met Mr. Don't just say, I met the CEO of Zenith Bank. Say, I met Mr. Okechukwu, the CEO of Zenith Bank, at the XYZ conference in Lagos in July 2019. We exchanged numbers. and we continue communicating. Do you get? Show exactly how, where, who you met, when you met this person. Show how you've maintained the network or sustained the network with this person. Okay? Then show what you did with this person to help, in relation to your field, of course, what you did with this person, and then show how you were able to benefit this person, how the person was able to benefit you. And finally, in your last paragraph, bring everything back to Chevening. Speak of how Chevening will help you advance, its objectives in your country, and how the Chevening community, the Chevening network, this is a very global network. Tell us how they are going to help you advance your goals. Okay? All right. So this is an example of a good and bad networking example. I can't stay too much on this slide. And then you're studying in the UK essay. You're studying in the UK essay is one of the, in my opinion, one of the simplest essays you can write. It is so simple. So you have to tell us about your school. Of course, you have to say the name of the school in priority. So your first choice school, your second choice school, your third choice school, right? So you're telling us about this school. Why did you choose this school? You're telling us about your course modules. You're telling us about lecturers in the school who are related to what it is you want to go and study and what it is you do right now. So essentially, you're bringing us where you've been, your past, you're bringing us to your present, and you're taking us to your future. That is Chevening. So your leadership is telling us about your past. Your networking is also telling us about your past. Your career plan is bringing us into your present and telling us about your future. And your studying in the UK is telling us how you intend to move into that future. So I hope you can see the thread between all your essays, and that is why you must have one storyline, in all your essays. Okay. Okay, it looks like we've almost spent an hour. So each school should have one paragraph. So your first, you should have an introduction, like I said before. Then each in your body, you pick one paragraph for each school. So one paragraph for your first choice, one paragraph for your second choice, one paragraph for your third choice. Now, give us 3 reasons why. So you can give us maybe the course. You can give us maybe a research institute in the school you want to work with. You can tell us about your lecturer. You can tell us about fun things in the school. You can tell us about trips that the school takes. You can tell us about maybe the city where the school is located and how you want to enjoy the city. So there are many things you can pick from. Please, I beg you in the name of God, don't go to the school's website and go and copy what they wrote about this thing in the website and come and paste it in your essay. It's very obvious when people do that. Trust me, it's very, very obvious. Don't do that for any reason. Secondly, don't start telling us how the Times Higher Research said that they are 25th in the UK, or how higher education ranked them. All those ranking things, they are old. Look for fresh things. Look for new things. Unless maybe your school is the number one in the world that studies that thing. For instance, let me say, for example, I heard that there's this school called Agricultural College of something something, and I heard that that school is like the number one school in the world for agricultural study of something something. Then you can say that. But if it is that my school is number 25 in Times ranking for research, and there's no, please just remove it and look for something more concrete to say. Okay? Yeah, I think that's that. Good example and bad example. Yeah. Now your career plan. This is very, very important. If you can take a screenshot of this, please take a screenshot of this. If you can snap it, I don't know, snap it. But you may want to take a picture of this. Now, this career plan is an opportunity to be smart. Remember that it's an opportunity for you to be smart. Show us that your goals are specific, they are measurable, they are attainable, they are realistic. Okay? Don't tell us that you wish to be the Prime Minister of the UK in, say, 3 years, or upon your return from the United Kingdom, you want to be the President of Nigeria. Don't say things that even you, when you read it, you ask yourself that what's all this? say something that give us smart, measurable goals. Give us goals that are specific. Say, oh, when I come back, Chevening, specificity is the key. Tell us when I come back, I want to continue with my non-profit called this and this. When I come back, I want to go back to my job as a lecturer in Federal University of Technology, Owerri. When I come back, I want to go back to my company called this, and that. Like in 5 years, I want to start up something, or I want to scale up what I already have. In 10 years, I would have gotten this and this and this, and I will now be able to do this. Please don't say things that are not meant. Don't say things that don't make sense. I don't know how to explain it. Okay. Now, this is an example of a bad career plan and a good career plan. If you want to take a screenshot, you also can. Before I move on, because I don't want to read everything. It's going to take a lot of time. Okay. All right, so we're not talking about interviews today. So I think I will just stop sharing my screen now. And in the spirit of, can you guys tell me one thing that stood out to you so far? Can I see in the comments or in the chat box rather, one thing that has stood out to you so far? Why is Joshua laughing? Just one-liner, one thing that has stood out to you so far from all that, from the presentation so far. And then I think this is the point where I share the link to the Google form. So those of you who have not submitted your essays for review can submit it, and we can start reviewing the essays that are already there. Authentic and specific, removing IT from my work experience. Okay, good. The networking aspect. Okay, cool. So this is the Google Doc. So I think I will just, for the people here, how many of you have already submitted your essays to this Google form? Okay, so I think I'll start with perfect. Perfect. Great. Wow, everybody here. Nice. All right, let's do this then. Excuse me. Mm. Okay, someone said she has not drafted yet. Okay. Should I start with Great Johnson? All right, let's start with Great Johnson. Ah, wait. Why is your, okay, it has opened. All right, let's do this. So I'm starting great. I'm starting with your leadership essay. Perfect. Thank you, Yomi. You don't want the review to be recorded? That's the idea. It's supposed to be like a live essay review. And everyone's story is different, in my opinion. So I don't see why. Let me hear from you. What do you think? You can unmute and speak if you want to say something.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Okay, what I'm asking is if the video, like if you post it on your YouTube, maybe after the children application deadline, because some people might like copy another person's person. That's what I'm asking.
Hmm. Okay, that's a valid point. Does anybody else have something to say? Okay, I think Abi Dogon agrees. Does everybody agree with that? Personally, I don't really, well, I can understand your fears anyway, so does everyone agree with that? Because everybody's story is different and everybody's what's it called is different. Different reading committees as well. So okay, perfect. So let's see Ayo, Bayo, Abidogun, and Joshua. Okay. Excuse me. Okay. All right. So Ayo, Bayo, leadership. Let's see. Oh, great. Why are you shy, please? Why are you shy? You shouldn't though. So if you're shy here, how do you want to do it at the when you're doing your interview? All right, so I'm going to share my screen. Ah, hey, ẹ gbà mí o. Okay o. All right. Okay, so this is one essay from my early days, blah, 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 to my meaningful relationships can have on one's characteristics. My journey underscores the undeniable power of networking, not merely as a. Okay, so this is networking. Okay, sorry. I was reading it as leadership, but as a lifelong investment in social capital. Okay, that's not a bad introduction, but let me see before I 2019 I'm about to good. I can see a name. So I can see dates, which is good. I can see a place and I can see a name. Can I ask a question? Is there an essay that everybody, is there like an essay template a lot of you used when writing your essay? Because for a lot of the essays I'm seeing, this fast forward to, I keep seeing it everywhere. Or is it a regular word that most people use that I don't know about? Because I see it a lot, fast forward to this, fast forward to this. Like literally a lot of people. No template. Oh, okay. Now for this, I feel like this statement can be better. First, what is 2022? When I joined Ancora Asset Management as an executive trainee. Now, instead of saying not long after, Joseph reached out to share the exciting news he'll be joining us, you can just say words. You have to be very concise. When I joined blah 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 as an executive trainee, Joseph reached out to you can just say Joseph joined as the chief so and so and so. Given that I had informed him of my crime, was our communication fail? No, this is not necessary. All right, so I have a problem with this essay. I'm sorry. Please give me the I'm sorry. What's the word I'm looking for? The permission to be as blunt as thank you very much. To be as blunt as possible. Okay. First of all, my first problem with this essay is it's one example, right? I mean, is it two? Okay, this is the second one. Now, this example is not giving it's not strong. Trying to be nice. Some people say I've started again. It's not strong. It's not strong enough. Now, I think from what you're trying to say here, you're trying to say, oh, he helped you to he he helped you get a higher role or something, right? If he helped you get a higher role, is that good enough to get you a scholarship? Because okay, he helped you. How did you help him? What did both of you do together to help someone else? So that means you're basically just telling us that your networking helped you land a job. That's not the spirit of Chevening, is it? The spirit of Chevening is how were you able to network with people to do something? Most times is how were you able to network with people to do something for someone else? If this example you gave here now was your third example, for example, I wouldn't have a problem with it because you've given two strong examples. This one is just could perching at the bottom. But the fact that this is your first example, it's not a strong enough example, in my opinion. If there was something you guys did for the company together, or maybe as he helped you get this role, you people now work together on something, in my opinion, that would be better. But this one now, I can't even. So let me just write it here so that I don't forget what I'm saying. Like I'm not seeing any star, right? There is no star approach. There was no situation. But let me start from the things I like. Let me be nice. I like that. I can see your there and who. So you might want to um go back. I'm writing this in caps. So for this first example, I'm not loving it at all. I'll be very, very honest with you. I feel like it's giving selfish, it's giving I've not really done anything. It's giving, oh, he just helps me get a job. Literally, anybody can help you get a job. My brother, you know that my brother now where they talk about, yes, okay, abeg, give me a number. Okay, you push your number. Oh, hey guy, I met you at this place. I want to do this thing. Like, you need to give us something. Now, let me give you an example of how you can rephrase this. Oh, fast forward to 2020 when I joined Korea, blah, 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 as an executive trainee. Joseph reached out to inform me, or Joseph reached out to inform me that he'll be joining the same company as a blah blah blah. Right? Now, even this is not necessary. I don't know how I did not see it. Not necessary. So. You can say his guidance and concern remain constant. Fast forward to when I blah blah blah, and this should follow this paragraph. Fast forward to blah blah blah. He reached out to share that he'll be joining my company as this. Right? Then you can now explain how he proceeded to help me so and so, recommend me for the role of blah 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 blah. In this role, you cannot say, oh, he recommended you for this role. Even if both of you and this what's his name? Is it Joseph I saw? Even if you and this Joseph did not do anything together, but he just recommended you for the role. But maybe through this role, you now did this and this and this, in my now in this new role as this, I was, I now had the platform to do this through this XYZ that I did. I was able to achieve this and this. Maybe in my role as, I'm trying to see the role as finance officer, or in this new role as a finance officer, I observed that the company was undergoing a blah, 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 blah with their finances. With my new platform, I suggested a XYZ, or I wrote I hope you're taking notes to, what's your name? You're taking notes, right?
Yes.
So in this, my new role, I suggested, when I noticed the company was so and so, I suggested XYZ. I wrote a proposal to the managing director, and I worked with XYZ. Through my proposal, or through the implementation of my proposal, the company was able to save 5 million naira per quarter. I was able to revolutionize the company's so and so. So you can now say, Joseph's support landed me, to now wrap up the paragraph, you can say Joseph's support landed me this role, but through this role, I was able to revolutionize the company. Do you know that one now shows, oh yes, I didn't just get something, but through this thing, I now did something. That's how networking helps you to do things, not just that, oh, you got a new job. I hope that I've made that clear. Now let's move to your second example. Networking has also played a critical role in that condition. In 2023, I found myself at a crossroads, whether to remain at MMM or seize an opportunity with Deloitte. As I sought guidance, I came across a LinkedIn program where my manager at blah, 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 offering career advice from a professional. I reached out to her, instead of helping me make an informed decision to join. Last year, she launched a mentoring program, which I subscribed to and recommend to other young professionals. Her ongoing mentorship have deepened my okay, I don't like this as well. Oh, how do I say this now? Okay. See, this thing you wrote here now. This is the cocoa of this your example. This is the cocoa of this example, but you wrote it in passing. So now me, I'm just seeing you, as I'm reading this essay, now I'm just seeing you as a selfish person. Like you're just using people to be going to the next stage of your career, using people to be going to the next stage of your career. You are nothing, you're not doing anything for another person per se, right? But you can now say, instead of even saying, you can just say, while struggling with a decision for career change in 2023, I came across a LinkedIn post by Bukola, a manager at PwC UK, who runs a mentoring program you don't even have to, a mentoring program for young professionals, After participating in this program, my career choices became clear. I also observed that, youths or young persons around me were struggling with the same issues I struggled with. I'm not saying you must write it like this, because I'm using too many words, but there's a way you can write it concisely. We're struggling with the same issue I struggled with. I reached out to Ore Bukola. You understand? I reached out to her and, collaborated with her with her mentoring program, recommending it to these young professionals, blah, blah, blah. Over 30 young professionals whom gained insight and blah, 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 as a result of my collaboration with Bukola. Do you understand? That way, what you're emphasizing is not the fact that she helped you, but you're emphasizing the fact that through her help, you were able to help others. So that's why I said storytelling is a big thing for Chevening, because this thing now is looking like it's not a strong example, but there's a way you will rewrite this thing, and you, as in this example now, will now have weight. So please rewrite. Emphasize your work with Bukola and how it impacted other young professionals. Give specific numbers of the people impacted. As a prospective training scholar, I'm committed to strengthening. So now you see now that this your financial consultancy now, I'm not seeing how do you hope to use financial consultancy to help people, to help? What do you hope to do with it? And that's exactly what your networking is not showing. I'll go to your leadership and your orders and see what you've done so far with it. But your networking is not showing that it's not showing that you're using your networking, to make a difference in finance in Nigeria, or to make a difference when it comes to finance in Nigeria. It just shows that you're using it to climb the ladder of your career, which in itself is not a bad thing. Oh, don't get me wrong. It's not a bad thing. But we're trying to get you a scholarship, right? So you have to you have to show them what it is they want to see, right? Don't only show them how it helped you. Show them how through this help you received, you've helped others. That's the point. This can also be stronger. This is not a strong closing at all. I'm committed to blah, blah, blah. So, you engage the Chevening Alumni Network. Like who and who? Like who and who is in this network that you want to engage? Who and who in this network do you want to engage? Call names. With what? What do they call? Do you intend to do? When you gain access to this network now, for example, what initiatives? What's going on here? What initiatives do you hope to, let's say, to start with the so-called Chevening network? Name them. I knew that I wanted to have a literacy project. It's called the Literacy Project. I'm undertaking the Literacy Project now for women and young girls in Nigeria as we speak. I wrote it in my essay. I want to undertake a literacy project, and I'm going to collaborate with Chevening alumni like so and so who are already doing work in this area. I also hope to, do you understand? Call names, be specific. This thing is a very random, very, very vague and ambiguous paragraph. Call names. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to do this. And you want to become a financial consultant. The Chevening Network introduced me to influential, ambitious leaders. Like who? In which kind of companies? Who are actively enhancing? Be very, very specific. Now let's move on to your other essay. Career plan. According to the blah, 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 small and contribute over 48% to Nigeria's GDP, highlighting the... Okay. Full stop. Okay, they contribute largely. Okay, so that means SMEs are very important. Which specific goal? Is it all the United Nations goals that the SME achieves? Which specific goal or goals? Name it, please. Okay, fail within the 18 months due to cash flow issues stemming from poor financial management. To tackle this, I aim to leverage children and still getting to support. Okay, so this is now the first time I know what it is you want to do. This is the first time I'm knowing what it is you want to do. So you are about SMEs, helping SMEs, right? To tackle like poor financial management. Okay, interesting. Why is it seeming like this introduction is a bit long, but so far so good. Let's leave it. So far so good. Good introduction. This is the problem. You have highlighted the problem. This is good. It's not great though, but it's good. You have highlighted the issue. You've highlighted an issue and you've made your career objectives very clear, which is good, right? Now let's go on. Upon completing, I immediately go and join Deloitte Nigeria's financial advisory to management. I intend to apply the inside in the UK to elevate the quality of accounts and training. Okay. Now, this is not a bad goal, yeah? But here now, tell us the insights. Let me explain what I mean. For instance, if there is a specific course you think, if there's a specific course you think, oh, is going to give you this insight, mention it. Do you get what I mean? If there's a specific course from your master's or specific, let's say, internship you would have undertaken. This is what separates. See, sometimes with scholars, it is 1 mark. 1 mark is what separates you from the person they pick. So you don't leave gap. Any gap you see, close it immediately. If you speak to Ms. Fumilayo Ladepo, the program officer for Chevening, she'll say sometimes it's 0.05. Sometimes it's 1 mark. Somebody got 15, somebody got 16. Why did that person get 16? Because of these extra details. Don't give anybody your Chevening slot. I intend to apply the insights. I intend to apply the insights gained from studying courses like blah 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 in the UK and experiences with internship bodies like ABCDEF in the UK to elevate the quality of our client services. You can put full stop here, so it will not be too long. You can now say, I intend to achieve this. This is a suggestion, by the way, by training and developing my team to enhance the performance. Okay, even this seems very ambiguous. So, by training and developing my team to enhance their performance and effectiveness. Maybe here. Training them on maybe the AXYZ, training them on BCH, on financial something, training them on blah, 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 blah. Because this is the training that is missing, Abi. This is the training that is missing. So you tell them, oh, I'm going here to go and learn this thing. Oh, I will learn it through internship. I will learn it through this course. I will learn it through that course. When I now come back, that training that I've now learned, I already know that that's what's missing. That's why I'm going to go and study it in my master's. But when I come back, I'm now armed with this training, with these skills. When I come back, this exact training and skills, I will come and give it to them here. This is what you should add here. Yeah? Okay, let's go to your second. Consistency, it's in British International, blah, blah, blah. Has prevent investors in banks. This is long ago. This is long ago. So which space will you now use to say your own things? To further the Hmm. Wow. I think this is really long. Sha. I think, personally, I think you should make this more concise, please. Use fewer words that still communicate what it is you want to see. Okay. Oh, wait, though. This is a continuation of the first one. Wow. It wasn't that clear. Workshops, personalized consultations, demonstrating. I look forward to contributing to this initiative by leveraging my expertise and experience from my studies to provide tailored financial management advice to local businesses, ensuring. Okay, that's good. That's good, but make this a bit more concise. Additionally, I plan to organize weekly Q&A webinars on financial management for SMEs, featuring experts from my existing training network. Experts like who? In the next, please mute yourself if you know that you're not speaking. Someone's microphone is on. In the next 3 to 5 years, I aspire to become an associate director and I'm using my influence too. So now let me tell you guys one trick I use when I'm writing my career plan. In the next 3 to 5 years, you become an associate director. How? I mean, is that the way Deloitte just to promote people like that? Do you get? So you now say something like, armed with my master's degree and um master's degree certifications, blah, 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 which I intend to undertake. And maybe the time, for instance, let me give you an example. In law now, before you become a judge of the Federal Republic of either a high court judge or whatever, you have to have been in legal practice active legal practice for 10 years, right? And you must have also like won a couple of cases, like your name must be on a certain number of cases, judgments in the magistrate court, in the high court, and the all of that. When I wanted to write about my long-term goal, for example, I said, now, armed with the required 10-year experience, working experience, my master's degree, and my XYZ from the UK, and all of that. So give us a flow. By this time now, I would have done this, I would have done this, I would have done this, and I'll become associate, which qualifies me to be associate director. As associate director, I intend to use, because if you just tell me I aspire to become, like how will you now become the associate director? We don't know. So we don't know if your aspiration is measurable or not. And that is why I said, when I was giving you that preliminary whatever, I said your career plan has to be specific and measurable. If you tell me that you intend to become an associate director, how do you intend to move here? Because before you were a manager, is that the way they just used to dash promotion in Deloitte? Let me go and apply. Using my influence, I aspire to become an associate director using my influence to foster collaborations with other banks. BII. What's the meaning of this BII again? I thought I saw it up here. Okay, British International Investment. Okay. Wait. Using my influence to foster collaboration with other banks, British International Investments will be partnering with. Oh, okay. In the next 3 to 5 years, I intend to become an associate director at Deloitte, using my influence to foster collaborations with other banks British international investment will be partnering with, and organizations like the SME Esmedan. I'll work with these partners to implement training programs that empower business owners. Are there examples of these training programs that they're already doing now? And if they aren't, what kind of training programs are you going to implement? Can you give us like a name? It shows that you've thought of it. Yeah. I also aim to complete the blah 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 to becoming. Okay, that one is good. With my accumulated experience, my long-term goal is to establish a consultancy that develops industry-specific financial models for firms, enhancing their operational efficiency while providing affordable financial services to SMEs. Ultimately, I aspire to serve on the boards of key businesses, okay, offering insights into effective financial management. This is not bad, to be fair. But where is your conclusion? You know that this is your long term, Abby. This is your long term goal. So where is your concluding paragraph? How does chicken enter inside? Now you see why I was telling you that some things were long. For instance, now the word count you would have used to write your concluding paragraph. Now you have used it inside all these places. So now there's no word count again for you to use and write your concluding paragraph. You need a concluding paragraph. Chevening will do so, so, and so, and so, and so. Chevening will give me this and this and this to be able to come back and go to the next rung in my career, blah, 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 blah. You have to put Chevening everywhere. These people are going to spend over how many million? You know what? £1 now to £1 is 2,000. One naira is 2,200 and something, maybe 2,300. So calculate it. Calculate it, please. In my set, we were 44. In this last set now, after my set, they are 32 because of the inflation. So these people are going to spend over 50 something million naira on your head. It's not beans. So you need to be choking their name. Tell them how they help you. Put their name there somehow. Don't just write as though you are going there with your money. You are not. Studying in the UK. No, Shukurat, your essay has not been reviewed. So there's a way to write something in your, hey, there's a way to write something in your networking that something you've written in your leadership, in your networking that will not make it look like you're repeating yourself. Now, in your networking, don't focus, your leadership, you focused on the situation, the task, the action, the result. You focused on what you did. In your networking, you're focusing on how you collaborated to do what you did. So you will still mention what you did and who you impacted, right? But make it very short. For instance, now, let's say in my leadership now, I told you that, in the Nigerian law school, I observed that female students were not participating very much in elections because most of the roles or most of the slots were reserved, most of the offices were reserved for male students, and according to the student union constitution. Observing this issue and tasked trying to ensure like a gender equal student union government, I decided to what do they call it? I decided to amend the student union constitution to allow for more offices for female students in this Nigerian law school. To do this, I reached out to XYZ and I constituted a constitution reform committee. I was able to amend the constitution, and this new constitution ensured that previously, where there were let's say 10 males to 2 females in the student union government, now there are 5 males and 5 females in the student union government. This allowed for more female student participation in the union government, and allows for the needs of female students in the Nigerian law school to be heard, because now they had representation in the union government. If I want to use the same example for my networking now, see what I'm going to say. I'll say at the Nigerian law school, I observed this problem, lack of female participation in the student union government. However, I could not unilaterally amend the student union government constitution. To do this, I liaised with my lecturer, Mr. Abdusalam Gambo, who is the, I don't know, the student union government supervising lecturer. I also enlisted the help of Mr. So-so and so, Mr. So-so and so, who had the ear of the DG, the Director General to the Nigerian Law School. I presented my proposal through Mr. Abdusalam Gambo's influence, I gained audience with the Director General of the Nigerian Law School, Mr. Mohammed Bello, and presented my proposal to amend the Student Union Constitution. Mr. Mohammed Bello, listened to my proposal and approved so and so. I liaised with Miss Catherine this, Mr. This, who are the leaders of the Student Union. Do you get? Now I am emphasizing on the people I have networked with to do what I did and how they came in. So I can now say Mr. Abdusalam Gambo also contributed 5,000 naira to the reprinting and the this of the Constitution. Through this newly amended Constitution and through Mr. Abdusalam Gambo's contribution, this new Constitution was distributed to every single student in the school. Now, female students knew that they could apply for these offices as it was no longer reserved for the male student. And through this, we now had 5 female students and 5 male students, equal representation in the student union body. What have I done? I've given the same example, right? But now I have emphasized on the people I worked with, the collaborations, the network, as opposed to what I did per se. So that is one way, that is one scope that you can use. That is one scope that you can use. All right. Now, let's go into your studying in the UK. The UK is renowned for its exceptional education, diversity. Okay. Please, can you make this a bit more original? This seems very, very regular. You can even, especially because here, I would even prefer that you start with this. I would prefer you start with this because now you're specifying finance, the financial market. I prefer you start with this actually. And if you want to keep this one, then I don't know, revise it, because this one is very. You see, this is already an introduction, right? So I don't know what this is doing here. In fact, just remove it. I was trying to find a way to just keep it, but just remove it, please. Then remove this one, this first one, right? And then this one is a good enough. This is a good enough. This is a good enough introductory paragraph. But I would still prefer that you make it more, you make it stronger. Because if I start writing this thing for you, it will be like said, okay, yeah. Now, please make this stronger. Yeah. The MSc Finance Program at Lobo University is my first choice, for which I have received a conditional offer. University is known for providing practical experiences and knowledge. Okay, beautiful. So you've spoken about the course modules. You've spoken about the London Stock Exchange Group Workspace and the CFA Institute. You've spoken about a lecturer. I like this. Okay, I think this is perfect. Yeah, I think this is good. You've covered the fun you're going to have there. You've covered your lecturer, you've covered your course modules, you've covered like some sort of program analyst institute that helps you become a charter holder. And for a first choice school, this is perfect. Like you're supposed to show, like your first choice school is supposed to really be exhaustive. And I think that you have done justice to that. Now let's see your second choice. Why is it short like this? Not because of this too long paragraph you want to go and put on top. That's why. My second choice is MSc, the University of Strathclyde, the triple accredited Strathclyde Business School, known for its practical and strong industry connections. How does this apply to you? So, it's known for it. So, what now happened? I'm especially drawn to the Amplify Me Bootcamp, which offers real life trading simulations. This is good. Good. This one, please revise. It's either you're adding how this helps you, or you could just, because if it is this thing, have I removed it? Well, I'll be like bicycle. Ah, what did I just? But please, should we hear what I said? Yeah. How will these connections help you? How will this help you? Good. I'm especially drawn to, okay, and now let's look at your third choice. Your second and third choices are very short, and I can see that it's because you have like a very protracted introductory paragraph, which I think you should handle, please. Which offers real life trading simulations and the MSc Financial Management Investment Exercise and another application option with a focus on sustainable finance. That means that it's a specialization in finance and management with sustainable finance. This thing is not strong, oh. It's not strong at all. It's not strong at all. Revise. That your first choice, I love it. See how you were very explicit with your first choice. Look for a way to be almost as explicit. I know that word count is a thing, but look for a way to be almost as explicit with your second and third choices, please. This is where, for me, this is where this thing started. This, remove or revise. Am I spelling Lord? This is where, as far as I'm concerned, this is where you're concluding. But where is Chevening? So please just forgive the typo as long as you understand what I'm saying. I have to be fast. Now let's look at your last essay and move on to someone else's essay. What just happened? Oh, someone else has reviewed this before. Oh, perfect. Leadership. Tutoring peers at the university reviewed my passion for teaching. As the General Secretary of the National Union of Academics, I initiated extra tutorial sessions endorsed by the blah blah blah. I formed a community with the lecturer and top students, together with the okay. This is different? This first example is different from the second example, right? Like this one, this
Yes, they are different.
okay. This is different from this. Okay. So how many examples do you have here? It looks like you have like plenty.
I think like 3 or 4 of them, but
If it's 4, remove 1, make it 3, so that you can really, really enter one, because all of them seem so short. And I
okay.
don't like them. It's not making like make one. It's better you have 2 or 3, but they are fleshed out and beautiful. Anybody that reads them would, can tell that, yes. So leadership goes beyond holding a position. And now this, in my opinion, this paragraph, should state what you actually do. Like give a glimpse. It should give a glimpse into your because now you are a finance person. So is what you taught these people now, is it finance? Do you get? So that's why I said about common thread. There should be sort of like a common thread running through your essays into your life as a finance person. I can't read your leadership and I'm saying teacher. And then I'm reading your other distance and I'm seeing finance person, SMEs. Do you get? So find a way. You can use the same examples, but find a way. For example, now in this one, you can say your passion for finance started from and how you started teaching people finance or what, I don't know. But find a way to make this a glimpse into, so that you can give us a taste that, oh yes, so this person is a finance person, okay? And this does not fully reflect star. Your star approach is not showing. Because what is the problem? What's the situation? What was the task you wanted to do? You just delved straight into your action. Do you get? You delved straight into your action. Your situation is not here. I'm only seeing your action and then your result. Do you get? Oh, see where you now put your situation. So if you were helping final year students, that's what you're supposed to start with. You notice that final year students, you observe that final year students were facing graduation hurdles. And graduation hurdles like what? Is it that they were not understanding what they were being taught, and so you now decided to start teaching them? Or what were the hurdles? What was the cause of the hurdles? They were not understanding what they were being taught because the lecturers were not taking time to teach well, or what? Do you understand? So make that clear at the beginning. That's where your situation comes in. Then your task, so you sought to change this narrative by, making classes clearer. And to do this, you started extra tutorial sessions. Do you understand what I mean? So revise. Why is this here? Is this here? What does this show? No star. Does not reflect your finance background. Nothing. In my opinion, remove this thing. It's not helping you. It's not helping your leadership. Anything that is not helping your leadership, I don't know why it's here. This is not helping you. Remove it. Throughout my career, I've demonstrated leadership, not necessary. So these ones were before you started. There's a way you can put this. You can even say something like transitioning into, because these ones are before you started working. This is service, this is university. So you can say transitioning into the labor space, or transitioning into my job as an assistant branch manager at UBN. Do you get? Instead of saying throughout my career, this is a very unnecessary statement. Just say transitioning into a career as the assistant branch manager at this. My goal was to no. So don't tell us this thing now is looking like a CV. It's looking like a CV, like you're telling us what your job that means that means you're doing it as a job responsibility now. So if it was not your job, you probably wouldn't have done it. So why are you telling us? Because if you're saying your goal was to improve ATM, blah blah blah, it's in your job description, no? You're not doing it to help anybody, you're doing your job. So why should I give you a scholarship because you're doing your job? You know? It's not a CV. So say something more like, oh, you notice that the efficiency, wait, let me read. You notice that the uptime, there was service inefficiency or service downtime as a result of whatever. I don't know what will be the problem. I'm not a banker, you know. So in your role as this, you sought to improve ATM uptime and overall branch performance. And to do this, to achieve this, you advocated for blah, 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 blah. That's now so you've given us a situation, downtime and inefficiency and problems in the branch. You get. Now, your task is you sought to change this and improve overall branch performance. Now, what was your action? You advocated for the replacement of outdated ATMs and implemented strategies to increase. What kind of strategies? That's very wide. What kind of strategies? You can say I implemented a queue on your line strategy. This enabled blah, 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 blah. Do you understand? You don't make your this thing too vague. See now, I'm reading committee. All these questions I'm asking, you're not there to answer it. You're not there to answer it. So if you're not there to answer it, excuse me, but I would just say this person is not ready. No. And I see somebody whose essay does not have a lot of questions. Why would I pick you over that person? Do you get? Don't leave any questions unanswered in your essay because you will not be there to answer it. Your essay is the one speaking for you. Make sure that it answers all the questions as though you're there. So I implemented this, right? You know, and achieved a blah, 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 blah in ATM on time. As a result of my blow your horn. You're the one that did this thing, that made the branch get this thing. So blow your horn. Say, as a result of this, of my initiative, the branch received the best ATM uptime 3 times consecutively. Blah, blah, blah. Do you get? Now, as to this mentoring, I don't know. Is it necessary? Well, maybe it can just be there, sha. But I don't know what it's helping to do here. Okay, so now this is a new company you progress to, right? Hello? Juna don't know whose essay I'm reading.
Yes.
Okay, good. Now, let me suggest. Feel free to reject my suggestions if you're not happy with them. Let me suggest. You see this thing you wrote here now, this one, just remove it because it's not necessary. Then this example is strong. Flesh it out. This example too seems strong and it's current. Flesh it out too. So now what you do for me is, since this one was before, you can leave it, but make it strong, as in focus on the situation you observed and what you did to change it, and make it like, tell us what you taught them. You understand? Tell us how many students graduated as a result of this. You understand? Then remove this 7 Rivers State thing. Just remove it entirely. Then tell us how you transitioned into your career and revolutionized your bank as a result of your strategies. Then you now tell us again that you moved into, or you got a new role as anchor management something in this place, and you noticed so and so. Before you tell us what you did, tell us the situation first. What was the problem? There was inaccuracy and inefficiency in their financial reporting due to blah blah blah. Then you can now tell us what you proposed and the result. Okay? I hope I'm not boring you guys. I hope you guys are all learning. Remember to remove that second reverse example. Let's focus on, let us focus on the stronger examples you have. How does this, why is this here? How does this help? Does not help your story, in my opinion. So you shared your experiences from to 60 young adults. What did you do for them? Did they tell you they wanted to hear from you? What did you do for them? Like, do you get, like, is it that, oh, they were demotivated and then you were not invited to speak? And do you get? So, in my opinion, this is not necessary. But if you want to leave it there, revise. If you want to leave it, revise it. These experiences leading to solving problems and driving innovation have shaped my leadership style and leadership qualities. Nope. Good, but not great. We're targeting great. Ah, oh, no. I don't want to do this. I want to get a comment, please. Yeah, Chevening is there, but revise, just revise. All right, moving on. I hope with these few points of mine, your essay gets way better than it is now. All right. Who should I review next? Good. Finally, I said perfect. Please, who did I? Everybody saying me. Who said me first? Oh, your own is just leadership. To. Oh, yeah, na in fun. In fun. Please pronounce your name. In fun, Abi.
Indian phone.
Oh, in fun.
Yes.
Okay, to. Sorry. Let me do yours then. Since it's just leadership. Okay, Joshua. After in fun, I'll do yours. Okay. Let's do this. Let me look for yours on this Google Doc. Guys, I'll do my best to, even if I don't review your essay here, obviously everybody's essay cannot be reviewed here. I will leave comments on your essay on, like, on the form. Jesus, why is the form response increasing? Where do people see the link from? God, I beg. In fund. Is it in fund Francis? Yes? In fund, is it Francis? Just for
Yes, yes, it's Indian phone, Francis.
perfect. Let's do this thing. Okay. Okay, perfect. Share my screen. Okay, something is wrong. Please just bear with me. Oh, perfect. Can you guys see the screen now? You can just leave an emoji. Can you? Perfect. Okay, perfect. So let's look at in funds leadership. Being privileged to intern at a construction company in Nigeria. I don't like this sentence. It's grammatically, what's going on? What can I not leave? I can only view it. Voila. Okay. So just be writing now since I can't comment. You didn't give me access in fund, but this being privileged to intern, please, grammatically, I don't think I like it. Oh, this I should reload. So thank you for granting me access. You don't even say you are privileged to intern. Just say I interned or my internship at a construction company in Nigeria. And you can actually call the name of the company at XYZ Construction Company in Nigeria. In fact, why even in Nigeria? Just say, because it comes from, they know that you're in Nigeria. So just say, my internship at XYZ Construction Company motivated my interest in advocating for sustainable procurement and use of materials. Um, maybe revise these. Not really necessary, to be honest. Especially since it's not completing, it's a sentence on its own. So maybe you could just say, you could just say, I feel like you're writing like you speak, which shouldn't really be so. Seeing materials like cement, plastic, and blocks left to waste only to be washed into minerals gutter by rain was painful. You have to revise this. I get what you're trying to say, and it's a beautiful story, but please revise it, make it sound more formal. You can say the wastage of blocks is passive voice. You can say watching or seeing materials like left to waste and Washington Unions gutter. Just revise. I don't right now. My brain is not telling me how to sound more formal, but just revise it and sound more formal. Yeah, was painful. I doubted my. Okay, this is not flowing. I doubted my ability to lead my company until I met. Nope. Mm-mm. No. No, no, no. We have a lot of no. Okay. No, no, no. Let me stop shouting no. Let me start saying what you should do. First of all, there is no star. I can't see star. And why did you take me from here to here? So see what you've done for eh? This is your first paragraph, and this seems like the problem. This is like the beginning of your first paragraph. So now what I want you to do, is to including these lines, including these two lines now, write an introduction.
Okay.
an introductory paragraph, right? Because these two
Okay.
are already showing me that you are a sustainable practices person.
Okay.
So leave these 2 lines, but write something and then write it.
Okay.
Exactly. Now, you can now say, now this one now. Ah, how do we put this? Where do we put this? Where do we put this? Should we add it back here? But only to be washing to water. So maybe you can start with saying, okay, no, let's add this back. Let's add this back. But now it will come first. I'm going to write S in here. You'll be thinking, let this come first. Sorry, I'm scattering you this thing. You know what? Let me just suggest my internship at XYZ construction company exposed me to, yeah, say you should remove this in not necessary. Exposed me to blah 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 waste stage of materials, etc. So this is where you now bring this, yeah? This is where you now bring this, but a revised version of it. Do you understand?
Right.
So my internship at XYZ company exposed me to seeing waste materials like cement, blah, 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 blah. Revise. In fact, you know what? Let me remove this blah, 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 please. Exactly. Exposed me to blah, 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 right? And
Yeah.
motivated my interest. Now you now continue from here. Hey, it's not seeming like I'm writing the kind of essay. And motivated my interest in advocating for. Are you now seeing that it's making sense?
Yeah. I can see.
Exactly. So this is an introduction. Now let's move into your first example. This is not necessary, in my opinion. Never ever communicate doubts. You want to put your best foot forward. You want to put your best foot forward in your Chevening essays. You don't want it to say, unless you are trying to say, oh, I implemented something and that thing I implemented did not work and I learned from it. And the way you even say it, you will say it in a strong way, like, oh, I implemented so, 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 and so. However, this did not give me the result I was expecting because of this. Learning from this, I now implemented so, so, and so, and I was able to achieve so, so, and so. Do you understand? Not that you say I doubted, never, ever, ever. You do not doubt anything. Now, what is it? Where is your star approach? Why is this sounding like networking? What situation did you observe? What situation did you notice? What situation happened to you that now made you work with this lady? I observed that recycling and something in rural Nigeria or wherever it is people did this your project, right? You know, and seeking ways, eh? Oh, Cecilia, please mute yourself. Looking for ways to contribute to ameliorating this situation or seeking to contribute to changing the narrative. I connected with Olufunto Borofis, I don't know, the founder of Chanjadati in Nigeria. Inspired by her vision to empower female recyclers and improve their quality of life. I volunteered with her company. Don't say where I joined like-minded youths, because now I'm not saying what you did. What did you do? Please, I hope you're writing because as I'm talking, sometimes talking and writing it down is stressing me out. I
Understand.
think I was reviewing the essay without talking, I would have just been writing everything I'm saying. But so what did you do? You met this lady, you were inspired by her vision through her foundation, Ray, to empower female recyclers, right? And tax, knowing that, oh, so and so, you've already written your situation above, that you notice that this is this. You decided to key into this vision by volunteering with her company. And then you proposed something, or you championed maybe a project in the project, or you took up a leadership position in her project. Do you understand?
Yeah.
Maybe in this her project of recycling now, your own focus on what you did. I was in charge of raising awareness for the this. I did this and I did that through my awareness campaign. Do you get
Okay.
through my awareness campaign, 30,000, I'm sorry, obviously not 30,000, 300 young female recyclers got jobs, or 300 young female recyclers did this. And so far, they have contributed so and so percent to reducing plastic waste in Abuja, or in Garki, Abuja, or in Maitama, Abuja. So, star approach. Star approach will make your life so much more easier. You see this thing like this now, remove it. Remove. Now let's go to your second example. During my National Youth Service Corps, nope. Remove these days. I would connect with investor. Oh my gosh. No. Together would ensure no star. No star. I think you need to rewrite though. No star. No star. So what did you notice during your National Youth Service Corps? You noticed, and where did you do it? During my National Youth Service Corps in Kebbi, Nigeria, or in Kebbi, in Dangoro local government, Kebbi. What did you observe there? You do not just connect with these sustainability people by chance. You observe something and it is linked to your passion for sustainability, for environmental sustainability and keeping the area clean. You notice that, oh, people did this and this. So what did you do? So you connected with the environmental sustainability team of the NYSC Corps in Dangoro, Kebbi. And then you proposed and implemented a weekly cleaning rota, giving everyone assigned tasks to ensure that the poorly managed art and so that means that was the problem you encountered. Your problem should come first. You observed that the Art and Culture Exhibition Museum, where you normally have meetings or where something normally happens, I don't know what brought you in contact with the museum in the first place, but you noticed that it was poorly managed and it always had, oh wait, no. If the Arts and Culture Exhibition Museum was poorly managed, what has that got to do with environmental sustainability and ensuring weekly cleaning? What has that got to do with weekly cleaning and environmental sustainability? Hmm?
Okay, I was thinking preserving our cultural is, I think, from my research, is part of like sustainability, preserving it for the next generation. So it's more like a broad view in the sustainability space.
Okay. So now you can start with saying, oh, maybe you can say, okay, pursuing, I don't want to use my own, you can just say, oh, pursuing my this thing of environment, or pursuing sustainability at the National Youth Service Camp in Dangoro, Kebbi. I observed that our Art and Culture Museum, where valuable artifacts and something was poorly is kept or whatever, was poorly managed in line with environmental sustainability goals. I did XYZ, or I set up a team of five core members and implemented a weekly cleaning, polishing, and something rota. of this art and blah, 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 sustainability. As a result of this, I also, maybe you also propose the replacement of maybe some things that were spoiled, or sorry, not replacement, because it's cultural something. So let's not say replacement. Maybe you say you also proposed maybe the repair and blah, blah, blah of some, lightly damaged artifacts. As a result of this action, the visitor, what do they call it? Tourist, um you improved the area as a tourist attraction again. You revived the touristy whatever of the museum, and you enhanced the experiences of visitors or tourists of the museum by how many percent or whatever, or by 30 more people started coming as a result of what you've done. So star approach. Make sure you give us your situation, the task you did, the action you took, and then the result of what you did. The same thing also goes to this. Same thing too here. The same thing here. As this one, this your planting of a tree. This one is it's your company's something, and it's not a strong example. It's not a strong example. This, this paragraph, you can add it. You can add this paragraph to this other one before to the articles one. Now, here you're trying to say, oh, so you can say that you've observed the poor, that there is very limited information about environmental sustainability, and this is the reason for, or you can even bring in statistics that the World Environmental Organization, I don't know, I'm just saying, like, I don't know about environmental sustainability. You can say the World Environmental Organization said that the reason why there is poor environmental sustainability practices is because people are not well informed, and you've observed that a lot of Nigerians are not well informed on environmental sustainability practices. And as a result of this, you curated a group, not curated, please, curated is for like something tangible. Maybe you formed, look for a good word, you formed a group of young professional project managers, to do this and this and this. That is your task. And then the action is that you guys reviewed this one, reviewed action points, did this and this, and put out articles online. Further, you also contribute to this national education on environmental sustainability by running online campaigns on your LinkedIn platform, reaching out to individuals and companies on the impact of this thing. And as a result of this, so far you have reached out to 10 companies, and they have changed, maybe they've changed their corporate social responsibility system, or they've changed their environmental practices and reduced carbon footprints by 10%. Do you understand? How many companies have you reached out to? What has been the impact on the environment with the companies you've reached out to? So add it, make it a strong example. Like I said, it's better to have 2 or 3 examples that are very, very strong than to have plenty of examples and none of them is really giving you an edge. So there's another one. No. No. Remove this. This seems like a career plan thing. Remove it. Beef up. By the time you beef up properly, these 3 examples that I've highlighted for you, this women recyclers one, this museum one, and this project managers and environmental, this LinkedIn one, trust me, there will be no space for you to write all these other things that you're writing. And then okay, this is not bad. Scholarship program, employment access to global network of professionals and leaders who support my vision. Not bad, can be better. Not bad, but can be better. Also mention how you intend to give back to Chevening too. So yes, they will grant you this, but how will you also give back? How will this thing help to foster? You can say that Chevening is Chevening. You can look and check the FCDO site. Check, excuse me, see what Chevening is doing when it comes to environmental sustainability. Do you understand? In Nigeria. I mentioned how, your networking opportunities with other Chevening scholars and with, lecturers and these things in the UK would also give you that global platform to also improve blah, 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 and also improve what Chevening is doing in your country, improve Chevening's whatever in your country, or improve the UK's. You can even check what the UK is doing too when it comes to environmental sustainability in the country, and say that this scholarship would grant you the kind of access to this kind of global platform that you require to come back and also improve on what the UK is doing with environmental sustainability in Nigeria. Just like maybe you can mention one of their projects and say you also intend to implement a project, on blah, 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 and improve what the UK is doing in Nigeria too when it comes to environmental sustainability. So you have a lot of work to do with this essay. I can't even lie to you. Start immediately. There's a lot of work to do with this essay. All right, now who are we moving on to? You're welcome. Where is Ofon? I say Ofon. Joshua. Wow, we have literally, I didn't know time would go like this, so we have just a couple more. We have about 40 minutes. Let's see if we can take one more. I apologize for that. 40 minutes. Where is Joshua? Joshua, please, can you tell me what your email address is so that I can, is it just Josh or is it
Correct.
Joshua, can you unmute? Or are you not here? Let me pick someone else.
Correct, man. You're correct.
Hello?
He's been speaking. He said
Yeah,
that email is
Speaking already.
call at the moment.
Yes, man.
Joshua, you're not on the call, yes?
He is.
What did you say?
He is.
You're
I don't
correct.
think you
It's
can
just
hear him.
Josh.
You are correct. It's just Josh.
Okay, Josh. Okay, perfect. Sorry, I wasn't hearing you. Oh, perfect. Here it is. Let me see. All right, let's do this. Let me share my screen. All right, let's go to your leadership, Joshua. Growing up in a rural community, I saw firsthand how food insecurity and inefficiencies in the agricultural supply chain impacted farmers and their families. This personal experience ignited my desire to contribute to the food and agriculture sector and shape my understanding of good. Okay. This was already good. I don't know why this is here. Oh, that first one it was just perfect. This is making it too much. I don't know that I like this statement. Personally, let me be putting personally, so that if you want to leave it, you can leave it. But personally, I don't like this statement though. I apologize for that noise, please. You can just say during my undergraduate study. What is undergraduate years? You can just say during my undergraduate study. We need to learn to be more concise with words. During my undergraduate study, I served as the president of the Nigerian Economic Student Association. At the time, there was tension between students and the administration over issues of welfare and resources. Problem: I led negotiations on behalf of the students, facilitating discussions that ultimately resulted in the resolution of long-standing issues. Okay. Results. Okay, the result is the resolution of the long-standing issues. All right. This role taught me that effective leadership requires patience. Lessons. Not bad. Not the strongest example in the world, but the STAR approach is perfect. It is clear. Like, it's a good example. It's just, what I'm now wondering is it a winning example? Yeah, it is a good example. Is it winning? I don't know. Let me continue. Upon completing my degree, I served as a legal member in the area of drug abuse, particularly among the problem. Moved by the struggles I witnessed, I volunteered for the national. Oh, nice. I led a team of 20 members on an awareness campaign visiting over 10 schools. Good to educate young people on the dangers of drug abuse. Maybe change to I, or revise by saying through my campaign, instead of saying maybe you can say through my campaign or through my. Okay. It might make sense to also add, this is good, it's a good result here, but what is the result of your awareness campaign? Because this seems like something else. This seems like another action, in my opinion. Please, if I'm reviewing your essay, also be taking notes in case I'm not writing it here, so you don't forget anything I say. Do you understand what I mean, Joshua? This is another action. You guided people through rehabilitation. This is an action. You did awareness campaign. This is another action. I guided people through rehabilitation. So I need a result. So what I would do if I were you is I would say something like, I led a team of 20 COP members on a did I just say COP? I'm sorry. I led a team of 20 core members on an awareness campaign, visiting over 10 schools to educate young people on the dangers of drug abuse. I also guided 15 addicted youths through rehabilitation, or however you want to say it. You can now say through this campaign, I don't know how many young people in the 10 schools, how many people per school. You can say 500 young people, or you can say, oh, through this campaign in these 10 schools, I witnessed a decline, like a significant decline in the use of hard drugs or something. Do you give a percentage, give a number? How did hard drugs decline because of your awareness campaign? Do you understand? And then you speak about rehabilitation, and then 10 of these 15 youths have come through rehabilitation or are moving their lives forward or something. Do you understand? So you don't have to put this thing. Instead, use this space to talk about, use these words instead to give your results, or to make your results clearer. The results are not that clear. Okay. In my current role as head of operations at Pastures Hub, I've taken on a leadership position in Nigeria's agricultural. Really? Have you? Maybe look at this again. So how big is Pastures Hub? Is it like if I like Pastures Hub now, like is it a known name that is saying, okay, too. When I joined the company, sales and supply chain scheduling were underperforming, leading to significant waste and inefficiencies problem. I led an initiative to onboard over 20 northern farmers, connecting them to businesses in the south. Okay. Okay. Your examples are not bad, though. There's just something still missing. They can be great. They are good. But why are they not great yet? In my opinion, I feel like your words, maybe you're wasting your words. How do we take this from good to great? How do we take this from good to great? Okay. So, what you should do is, I like that the problem is straight. First of all, let me even highlight this one. Not that necessary, to be honest. You can just say, in my current role as head of operations, blah, 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 I observed that the company's sales and supply chain strategies were underperforming due to something, 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 leading to significant waste and inefficiencies. I led an initiative. Did the initiative have a name, maybe? Called Flashy Owl, called the XYZ, to onboard or that onboarded over 20 northern farmers, connecting them to businesses in the south. How? Like, I'm a bit confused. Joshua, I'm on mute. How did you, like, you connected 20 farmers to businesses in the south to do what? So okay, so that they can be supplying their farm produce, yeah, and reduce wastage, right?
Yes, correct, ma, correct.
Okay. But see, I had to take time to figure it out. These people are reading thousands of essays. They don't have time to come and be saying, oh, okay, oh, this is what he did. Oh, makes sense now. They will just say, this is not clear, this is not clear. Because if I have like 10,000 essays to review and you waste my time, me, I'll change it for you. I'll just remove you from my list. Do you get? So make it as clear as possible. Make it very clear. Maybe make it 2 sentences. Oh, you joined this in leading to significant where, oh yeah, their supply chain strategies were underperforming, leading to significant waste and inefficiencies. I led an initiative called Sell Your Goods. I don't know, sell your crop, just something. Well, I don't know what you led. Sell your crop that sought to connect northern farmers to businesses, connect northern farmers to supply whatever to businesses wherein they can supply. I'm saying it like this, obviously, but this is not how you should say it. You get, but make it clear. I connected northern farmers to businesses in the south wherein they could supply their this, and blah blah blah. So you can now say, oh, wait, oh, this not only revitalize the company's sales. So these farmers work under your company. Or what? I don't understand.
So the farmers are like partners, but like partners.
You see,
We upload farmers' produce and supply to industrial creation companies here in the south.
you upload farmers' produce.
Optic.
Okay. Okay, this is a good example. I won't lie, but you need to make it clearer, I swear. You need to make it way clearer than it is now. Then your results. This initiative revitalized the company's sales and increased the earnings of the farmers by providing them with reliable markets for their produce, reducing wastage by how long? Like by how far? By how much? Give a number, give a percentage, and by how much did it revitalize your company sales? Do you get? How much did it increase your company sales? Give us numbers, give us exact things. Oh, before my company was doing this, so we're selling below this is because our supply chain strategies were underperforming and we had significant waste and inefficiencies. Through my initiative called the Onboard Farmers blah 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 initiative, I connected over 20 northern farmers to businesses in the south. This increased my company's sales by 50% and increased the earnings of the farmers, providing them with blah 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 for their produce. Just give numbers. I think numbers might help to improve it. Then Who is the resemblance and okay, so this is 1, this is 2, and this is 3, yeah. Oh, add it now. Why is it here for the love of God? I even thought that was a different example. This is not necessary. It's not necessary. Oh, instead say, oh, see, just say, I, okay, sorry, I think I spoke too quickly because I thought this was a different example. Instead of through this leadership experience, say this through this initiative. Yeah? Oluwayomi, please. Because you called it an initiative before, no? Through this initiative, I implemented innovative technology solutions, including a digital tracking system for purchase orders, payments, and deliveries. This promoted transparency and minimized waste, ensuring that the first person in a timely manner. Oh, so what I'm looking for is actually here. It was just on another paragraph. That's good. This is a good example. This is a good example, but add numbers. Add the numbers it did for your company. Let's say add money. Hey, I need money. Add numbers. Add the numbers it did for your company. And then whose this thing is on, please mute yourself. And the numbers it did for the farmers. Good. So that is 3 examples. Please you push the line to paragraph properly. These diverse leadership experiences have reinforced my belief that leadership is about creating, okay? So I'm eager to develop my leadership. See, I think one thing we need to realize is that your concluding paragraph should be as exact as your other paragraphs. I think maybe we feel like maybe because it's conclusion, we'll just do it like fast, anyhow. Do you get? It's a concluding paragraph, no doubt. But it's also it's still a way to bring Chevening in while still speaking. You're still talking about yourself. So you have to still be specific, right? So now this you're transforming Nigeria's agricultural sector. How? Only you. Only you wants to transform Nigeria's agricultural sector. You can say you contribute to transforming the sector by, you said by leading initiatives. What kind of initiatives? You mentioned initiatives. What kind? You can just say it very briefly, but let it be. Do you get? That's why I said your essay is very good, but can be great. Let's take this from good to winning. Okay? Now let's go to networking. Building meaningful relationships has been one of the cornerstones of my professional journey. For me, relationships go beyond formal connections. They're rooted in shared goals. Okay, very long and it's a bit boring. Throughout my career, I've seen how strong relationships are critical. If I was a reading committee, I'll just skip this thing and go straight. It doesn't have to be this long, because if it is too long, it will bore the reader, and then it will take away from your word count and for your actual examples.
Which one? Which one? Which one? So,
Aliyu, could you mute yourself, please?
sorry.
No, don't worry, I've muted you. Okay. Um, one of my most impactful experiences in relationship building occurred during my time as a volunteer with the OK, while serving as a youth member. Okay. Now, do you know the only problem I have with this? Who? What? What is there? But let me tell you what I mean by what. So, you witnessed among teenagers, right? This initiative, like what initiative? The initiative, what campaign? What's the name of the campaign? I spearheaded a campaign called This Is This, right? It required collaboration with the NDLEA and local schools. So this agency's leadership, who in the leadership did you collaborate with? Who in the leadership? Who in the leadership? Yeah. What are the schools you worked with? Of course, you cannot give all the names of the schools. Maybe one of the schools. Do you get? Then, what was the collaboration? What was the collaboration? What did you put it together? Do you understand what I mean? What did you put it together? How did the NDLEA come in? What did they do to make the process more seamless? Like, do you get? Without them, would you have been able to run it? If no, what then? What was their contribution to help you? Do you understand? Then get him to read over 10 schools and guide from the limitation. Okay, this is your lesson length. Your star L is your star L showed, which is not bad.
That's all.
Please, who are you? Mute yourself. Oh, who the culprit is. Yomi, that's you. Oh, I've muted her successfully. All right, let me continue. In my current role at Pastures, our relationship building continues to building trust with local farmers. Many are grown skeptical. So my major problem with your networking is you're not telling me who. You're not like the specificity that makes it networking is now making it seem like you're just rewriting your leadership because the specificity that makes it a networking essay is missing. For instance, calling a name or two always helps. Which farmers? And then what businesses did you connect them to? How did you people even, okay, your company works with those businesses, right? So let me just leave that. I wanted to say, how did you even come in contact with those businesses in the first place, right? And then you're using a lot of our, okay, our collaboration. Okay, that makes sense. That makes sense. Sorry. If not, this story just seems like any other story. But what makes it your story and what makes it real is the specific details you're giving, the names of the business, the name of the person, the farmer you helped, the name of the initiative you moved or you implemented. You understand? That's what makes it your story. Now, what's the name of this technological solution you implemented, for example? Does it have a name? For instance, I know somebody implemented a solution to track, is it track people that were undergoing one alert? There's this girl on LinkedIn, I normally see her alert. I think people undergoing issues on the spot. You just open the app. It's a technological solution, but she put the name there in her essay, alert. I implemented this thing called alert that enables you if you're having a problem or you're in, I think if you're in a position, if you're, I've forgotten what the app does, but I think is if you are in a problem, you're in trouble, you can easily just reach out on the app or something like that. So these are the things that make it more credible. It gives credibility. What's the name of the technological solution? This thing. How much food loss did it minimize? Use a number or percentage. Give us numbers. Not really necessary. This is not really necessary. These are what shows you've done your research. Anyone in mind yet? This is good. Okay, that's not bad. Now let's move to your studying in the UK. I believe that pursuing higher education in the UK is going to the agricultural sector. Okay, okay. This is not a bad opening. I like it actually. Instead of saying as someone deeply committed to, maybe make it more formal. Find a way to formalize this a bit more, yeah? You can say with a commitment to addressing, or with my commitment to addressing food insecurity and post-harvest losses in Nigeria, studying in the UK is an unparalleled opportunity to acquire the advanced knowledge and skills needed to tackle these pressing challenges. Do you get? Instead of saying as someone deeply committed to, just doesn't sound that nice. My first choice is University of Reading, where the MSc in food security and Reading is renowned for its research on global food systems, and I'm particularly drawn to its interdisciplinary approach. Courses focus on topics like sustainable agriculture, practice of food security, and emerging giving a practical and theoretical. Oh yeah, this is that university I was telling you guys about at the beginning of they said it's like the best. Now I'm not comfortable with this. This is your first choice school. . And you literally gave only one reason. No lecturer you want to work with, no institute you want to, no institute that tickles your fancy, no what they call it, no no environment you want, nothing you want to see, no fun activity or recreational. This point I'm just typing. Oh, I'm actually oh, no spelling error like that. No recreational activity, no conferences or additional internship or certifications, nothing, just that course, and it's your first choice. No, no. Flesh it out, man. Research on Reading, research on your school. There are beautiful things to see in Reading. There are good things to do in Reading. There must be somebody you want to really work with. There must be like an institute or something that the school liaises with. There was maybe a conference the school pays for. There may be maybe instead of writing dissertation, they allow you to do like a practical farm work thing. There has to be something. There has to be something specific and special about that school. Aside this thing you just wrote, make it better. For a first choice school, no, I don't like this. At the Royal Agricultural, I'm starting about MBA in food and agriculture. The programs and sources on. This one too, you need to work on it too. It's good, but add more things. There are many things. Do you know why I'm being very specific about add more things? Because I have read essays too. I've read another essay on this Royal Agricultural University. The way the person even wrote about it, even me, I want to go there. And now, for you to see how much that person's essay stuck with me, I can still remember. I read that essay when 2 or 3 days ago, and I can still remember everything. I think it was a guy or a girl. I'm not sure what sex the person is, but I can remember everything the person wrote. As even me, I want to even go to the school, even though I'm not doing agriculture. So that is how much you need to make the person that is reading this to say, are you this school really? Make the person want to even go to the school. Make the person want the school. They are beautiful. Don't say the regular things. Everybody, I will gain insight on how to do this, how to do that. Do they have a farm? Do they have a research center? Do they have like, is there something the lecturers do? Is there an extracurricular activity? Look for something you will find. Seek and you shall find, says the Bible. Okay. Finally, I've selected Aglan Ruskin University for its agribusiness. This program combines global business. Okay, this is good. I'm particularly interested in this question. Nothing else. Is it that you don't want to do any other thing in this UK? It's just you also want to be reading agricultural chain production supply, but you don't want to do anything again. I think you need to go back to this essay. Make this essay sweeter. This is one of the simplest essays to write. Make it more, give it more life. This is good. I like this. I'm trying to see where you mentioned Chevening. Yeah, you mentioned Chevening, yeah. Okay, that's good. That's not a bad ending. This is the last one, yeah, career plan. Ooh, this might have to be the last essay for today. I'm just going to hope that you guys have learned something, and then I'm going to go back and work on all the other essays on the Google Doc. And then if I've worked on your essay, I will not touch it again. Sorry, so that I can. So many people sent responses, and I wasn't expecting that much. Nigeria loses about 40% of its total food production each year due to inefficient supply chains, poor storage facilities, and limited access to technology. This is someone passionate. Watch this statement. Watch this statement, please. Thank you. I'm committed to building a career that addresses food insecurity and promotes sustainable agriculture. Okay. Are you sure this does not work better down, this particular these lines? Because this one already, this already is good, is a very good introduction in my opinion. This is just extra addendum that I feel can come down, but you can leave it if you want. But I feel it works better down. In the short term, I plan to return to Nigeria after my studies and establish a food supply and logistic consulting firm that focuses on reducing post-harvest losses. By harnessing the insights gained from my studies in the UK, I will design innovative business models that connect smallholder farmers with efficient markets. This will include working closely with rural farmers to adopt sustainable farming practices, ensuring that their produce can be stored and transported efficiently, thereby reducing waste. I'll partner with organizations like Cold Hubs. Beautiful, beautiful. I love the name I just saw, which offers solar-powered cold storage facilities to increase the shelf life of perishable goods. These cold stations will be installed in strategic markets, providing affordable and accessible storage solutions for traders and farmers. Great. Great. I also aim to collaborate with Society Renewable. Why are you putting names here and then you're networking? I'm not seeing anything. To introduce solar-powered food dehydrators, which reduce food loss by up to 90%. Beautiful. These innovations will not only improve food preservation, but also create new job opportunities in rural areas, empowering local communities. This is now seeming like the best. This one is like your best essay so far. My firm will also serve as a platform to introduce supply chain transparency tools that enable farmers and buyers to track their transactions and deliveries, ensuring accountability and promoting fair trade. Beautiful. In the midterm, my goal is to scale up this model across Nigeria. Working with development partners like local governments and agribusinesses. To create an integrated food supply system by leveraging the connections and development are good. I love to see Chevening and my academic network in the UK. I'll advocate for policies that support sustainable agriculture and promote food security. I plan to establish partnership with organizations. This such as, you can just use like, because such as is 2 words, like is 1 word. You have to learn to be concise with your writing. Global agriculture and food, good. Supported by the UK government to drive these initiatives. This will involve training farmers and sustainable practices, ensuring that. Nice. In the long term, I aspire to take on a more influential role in Nigeria's agricultural development. Beautiful. Beautiful. Good. What happened? Why am I seeing 2 different essays? Have I not read Emma Bamiyo? Is this like a different essay? I'll have to look at this another time. Hey, Joshua. Hello? Am I not hearing him again? Joshua, can you hear me? Can anybody else hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I think he's having issues with his network.
Oh, okay.
Yes, ma'am. I'm back. I can hear you now. I'm back.
Okay. I was saying that, is this like, what's with I'm seeing like double essays.
The one for 2023 was the one I used last year.
Oh, I've reviewed the other one. I might not be able to review the second one on this call.
Yes, no need to review that. So, of course, my plans and goals and aspirations has changed over time.
Okay, perfect. All
All
right.
right.
All
All right.
right.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
All right. Cool. Do we have time for one more? Are you guys tired?
Please, my
Okay, because it's such a cool soon. She will beat me, oh hey. Okay. Oh yeah, let me look at Kosi surgical zone. But Kosi surgical zone will be the last one for today. But do not worry whether I review it here or not. I will review. Jesus, this essays this is increasing by the second. I mean, is the link and another place that I don't know about. People are still sending the essays. God, please.
Sorry, please, Rita, can I ask just a quick question?
What's yes, Jane?
Yeah, so this whole essay, especially with leadership, I see that most winning essays I've seen, right? They're basically based on like societal impact instead of, okay, for example, if you have like a work experience, Chevy, don't they like look at like impact you've made in your company or maybe leadership experience from your work experience, something like that?
They look
Can I
at
also,
the impact made in your. Okay, so sorry, I thought you were done. Continue.
yeah, can I also use that?
Yes, of course. I used an impact I made in my company. The first one I used my law school impact. Then the second thing I did was my impact in my company for
Okay.
my Chevening leadership essay. Like for example, if you changed a policy in your company, for instance, that for instance, I've seen an essay. Let me give an example of an essay I've read. The person won the scholarship where the person changed the company's policy that was not gender equal. So their company policy then was favoring men, was favoring like the HR hiring more men than women, right? So there were
Okay.
more males than women in the company. And when the person came in and saw the company policy and noticed that it has like a defective clause, the person proposed to change that policy. And because of the change in policy, it's changed the whole hiring system in the company and more women were hired in the company. The person got Chevening. Did the person do any other societal thing? No.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much.
Yes, you can. Let me look for Kosi Chochukus and then we would close for the day. Kosi Chochuku Ogbonna. Yes, here it is. Oh my goodness. Okay, here we go. Let me share my screen. All right. Now let's do Kosi Chochuku Ogbonna. Leadership. According to the World Health Organization, over 60% of emerging infectious diseases are zoonotic. Okay. Maybe animal, yeah? Okay, what does zoonotic mean? I'm assuming it's animals. It has to do with animals. With Nigeria ranking up among the top 10 countries heavily burdened by these diseases, despite this huge burden of endemic zoonoses, and increased risks of the emergence of novel diseases, at least awareness about zoonosis in Nigeria. Okay. Okay, so that's your problem statement. Good. So you started with a problem statement. Love it. In July 2022, as I did it as zeal, good. I discovered that some people do not vaccinate. Oh, I was right. Zoonotic is animals. Yay. Did not vaccinate their dogs against rabies due to a lack of awareness. To address this, I collaborated with the clinic to host a seminar on 20 September 2022. The seminar had over 20 pet owners and attendants, and by the end of the seminar, the attendees left knowing the importance of rabies vaccination, its mode of transmission, and the risks posed by unvaccinated dogs. Okay, so now, to make this more gengem, is it possible was this seminar, was it broadcasted anywhere? Like, was there a live broadcast of the seminar, or did you make a video and post?
No, 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 no.
Okay, so it's no problem. That's good. Because if not, I would have said, oh, you could also add that, oh, when you posted this, you were also able to like educate over, online presence also helps a lot. Like it increases your numbers. But that's good. That's good. That's good. I love the example still. During my national, this one was what as a veterinary assistant. Okay, during my national youth service in 2023, I was supposed to Ministry of Agriculture. Wait, why am I not saying what? Let me look for something I can change here. I think my only grouse with this example is that zoonotic. It's just common sense that me I used to know what zoonotic is. Will they know what zoonotic is? You don't want to, I think you might not want to burden your reading committee member who might be Googling. Is there a way to explain it in like short words, maybe as zoonotic, that is from animal, do you get maybe just two or three words that will explain what zoonotic is? So that I will
Okay,
not,
ma, can I put it in a like bracket, genes of animal that can be it will belong like animal diseases that can be transmitted to humans.
there's a way to say this animal disease that can be transmitted to humans, there's a way to say it concisely.
Okay.
There's a way to say it more concisely. So you can
Okay.
find a way to, yeah, you can find a way to shorten it. Maybe use Grammarly. Just tell Grammarly AI assistant, help me shorten, make it more concise. Animal diseases that can be transmitted to human. They will give you like 4 words that you can just put here. Do you get this? Is
Okay.
just to avoid your, because they are reading your essay, they will start doing Google search.
Okay.
During my national, okay, I was processed to the unit where I served at the Baby Letter Auxiliary as the meat hygiene inspector. I noticed the butcher started slaughtering activities and I don't know when did the start inspection. Okay. It's allowed unhealthy meat to enter the food market. Determined to address this, I related the events to express in the ministry. The ministry responded by issuing a memorandum to the slaughter mandating that animals should be slaughtered or passed without thorough ante and postmortem inspection by veterinary. Officials were assigned to assure compliance. This greatly improved the quality of meat being passed for consumption in our community till today. Okay, that's good. That's good. So you are like you're like veterinarian animal. That's nice. Currently, as a veterinary doctor, how many person your style approach is giving. This concern was amplified by the cholera outbreak in Nigeria. To address this, I was the same in July 2024, of course, in concern. So it was a great start. I felt maybe rephrase. Instead of saying I felt that, you can even just say the seminar was a great start, but to ensure sustainable / lasting change, I launched. Do you understand? Instead of saying I felt a one-time event, you can just say the seminar was a great start, but to ensure sustainable lasting change, I launched a social media campaign in August 2024 across several social media platforms. Oh, this thing is there. That's the first time I'm seeing that, but I don't think it's that bad, to be honest. Personally, but you can give another scholar to just ask another scholar what they think. Personally, I don't think it's crazy, but I think it's daring because I've never seen it before. I think it's daring. Let's hope your dare pays off. Social media platforms dedicated to sharing valuable information on animal health and zoonosis. As of today, grammar, wrong grammar. The campaign has garnered a combined, is it as of today or just saying today or to date, or just say currently? Yeah, currently. The campaign has garnered, and that's one word instead of as of today, 3 words. Can you say currently? The campaign has garnered a combined followership of about 2,500, and the aim is to reach 5,000 by the end of the year. Perfect. A master's in public health in the UK through Chevening will provide me with the essential research skills to effectively contribute to combat zoonosis outbreak in Nigeria through in-depth research on the epidemiology of disease. Okay, I really like this essay. That's nice. Networking. Networking has always been a vital part of my journey, both personally and professionally. Okay. The fields I found that the connections we build can truly. I think you should revise this a bit, make it stronger. I really don't really like it. Stronger, not stranger. Yeah, it sounds a bit laissez-faire. Make it a bit more formal and a bit stronger. In 2019, during my fifth year anniversary, I came across a Facebook page of Dr. Charles Imishinenye, intentional affirmation. When? You guys are saying the things I'm highlighting, right? This is the when. This is the who. He works here. And desire and express my desire for his mentorship. Concise, but you're still saying the same thing. You don't even need to. You don't need to say this. You cannot say and express my desire for his mentorship, which he accepted. We kept in touch through WhatsApp, and I continued to. Okay, you were here when I spoke about what do they call it? Coach Sochiku, you were here when I was reviewing, I've forgotten his name's essay, when I told him about just
Yes, ma.
Yes, when I told him about just saying, oh, you mentored this person and the person just gave you a job. Like, it is good, or if you can find something you did while you were at Kimberly, for example, and that would mean that if you find something you did at Kimberly, you have to make this a bit shorter. Do you understand? So that you'll be able to
Okay. Yes.
breakdown. So yes, I after discussing, the post was related. You have to make that very concise. I met him on Facebook, exchange contact with him, and he mentored me over time. Simple, straight to the point. 2019, during my fifth year, I came across a Facebook post by Dr. This. I connected with him on Facebook. We exchanged contacts, and he mentored me over time. Subsequently, as our connection grew, he Miss Dr. Soso and so helped me secure a place at blah blah blah. In my role as what was the role you did there? Let's just say veterinarian. I observed so and so at this clinic, and I did this and this and this to change it. Through this, I was able to impact. You give us your result. I was able to impact so and so number of people's animals or whatever. And then you now tell us, oh, through Dr. So and so's influence, I got this job which gave me you can just round it up. I got this job which gave me this, and I was able to impact this. And if there's anything you also did for Dr. whatever, you can also mention. If there's nothing, but it's usually good if there was also something he got from the connection or from the relationship with you. If there's something he also got from the relationship with you, it's always good to also mention it. Oh, through our connection, I was able to help with his research paper on blah, 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 blah. For instance, I contributed to his research paper, which he published in this. Do you understand? So go back, think again, and see how you can, because this is a very good this thing, but it just seems a bit selfish when, oh, he helped me get a job, but glory be to God. And so what? So let's go to your second example. I had the pleasure of meeting Dr. Uthman Duka, but I love that you're using names in an agro good. This is the where, that's the who, and this is the when. Okay, this is too, your words are too, like, I feel like you can be more concise with this. Please, I hope when I say be more concise, you guys understand what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, cool. Other people, do you understand what I mean when I say be more concise?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
all right, perfect. Cool. When the camping and training was over, we stayed in touch. again, concise. You can just say you build, you maintain. I maintained this connection on the WhatsApp. I maintained this connection on WhatsApp. You don't need to say so that we now stayed in touch or later on when it's long, it's words. Words are going. When I hosted, and later on when I hosted the seminars and I think this farmers and Dr. Okman was one of the key speakers who addressed the farmers. Okay. I don't like the way this thing is structured. It can be structured better. It can be structured greater. These are good examples, but now he was a key speaker in your. So you can just say you had a problem with. You have to make it look big. Make it look big. You just say, oh, it was a key speaker. Make it look big. You had a problem. You stayed in touch with him. And when you had an issue sourcing for speakers who were very knowledgeable on zoonotic diseases and all of that, you remembered this person in your contact list, doctor, whatever, and you reached out to him. Through him, okay, with Dr. Uthman's help, I was able to I was able to raise awareness on zoonotic diseases at my seminar. And what I'm looking for a word. You raised awareness and educated over blah 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 10,000 farmers on zoonotic diseases. This helped to. So now that you have educated the farmers on this zoonosis, what has it done? They went back and applied these things, right? And then it reduced the zoonotic diseases outbreak in what's this place? In Umualu Ulu Umbu. In what's this place? Umualu Umbuku. It reduced the outbreak of zoonotic disease. So your seminar, first of all, you were looking for people for this seminar. Thank God you finally remember Dr. Uthman. Who has been your mentor? Was it the one that was your mentor or no? But you shall remember that he's in your contact list. You reached out to him because of his wide and expansive knowledge on zoonotic diseases. He was able to communicate this knowledge to over 10,000 farmers through your seminar. And because of you, these farmers went back, incorporated these things that they learned, and zoonotic diseases in this local government area reduced by how many percent? Storytelling. Do you understand? This thing now is not really necessary. Instead, use this thing I just said. Do you get to?
Yes.
Then I intend to connect with instead of just calling Martin, hey, see my friends. Instead of just calling Martins, you can just say I intend to connect with scholars like. Do you get? Let's not look like he's the only one you ever intend to connect with. I intend to connect with Chevening alumni member. This was alumnus, singular, alumna, singular, alumni, plural. I intend to connect with Chevening alumni like Martin Iyekepolo, sorry, the founder of Global Ways by ULEAD, who has done extensive work in the public health sector in Nigeria. I believe that the Chevening Alumni Network will greatly help me with connections that will give me the opportunity and privilege. Too many words. Greatly. First of all, greatly. Second of all, opportunity and privilege. Why? I believe that Chevening would provide global connections. Would provide global connections or would give me global connections. And maybe help me collaborate. Just find a way to rephrase. I'm sure you get what I mean. Collaborate with organizations like UNICEF, WHO, and other NGOs with similar interests in good health and well-being. Wherein I can leverage on my newly found or newly improved skills or newly improved knowledge base and contribute to combating zoonosis. You have to rephrase this. You have to rephrase this. Do you get?
Yes.
You have to rephrase this. I hope you're taking charge. Maybe later you can go and rewatch this video. But I hope you were taking notes of phrase. Mercy, God of mercy. Good. Studying in the UK. The zeal to come back to nursing disease has fueled my passion to pursue further studies in the UK to learn from their developed public healthcare system, extensive research facilities, and the opportunity to engage with leading experts in disease management. To learn from their developed public healthcare system, extensive research facilities, and engage. And engage with leading experts in. So maybe and remove this opportunity to just the zeal to combat zoonotic diseases in Nigeria has fueled my passion to pursue further studies in the UK to learn from the developed public healthcare system, extensive research facilities, and engage with their leading experts in disease management. As a veterinarian, and an advocate for One Health, I've witnessed firsthand the challenges of addressing zoonosis, majorly due to a gap in the cross-sectoral collaboration between human, animal, and environmental health services. Hence, I plan to. Have you seen the amount of breath? Long statements. Hey, God, I beg. This is a long statement. Break. Break, please. I've chosen the MSc Public Health for Development. Public Health for Development and the London School of. Oh, you're going to Martin's School as well. That's good. Tropical medicine was my first choice. Due to its focus on tackling, focus and tackling. Just check Grammarly to see if this is correct. Whether it's focus on or focusing. Tackling health challenges in low and middle income areas in Nigeria. The course modules on control of infectious disease and interventions in da. So equip me with the second question design implement valid. Good. The faculty is globally known for, of course it is. Okay. Shanghai rankings. Okay. Let me look for another thing. Particularly drawn to work whose research on epidemic preparedness and response analysis of my disease the content of the public health system, especially zoonosis management. The opportunity to learn from my collaborative professionals who are at the forefront of public health research will greatly enhance my academic and professional development. I equally look forward to the field trip at the beginning and end of the program. What field trip is that? What field trip is that?
Like the scholars, they go on field trip at the beginning and end of the program.
Which scholars? Chevening scholars?
No, the students, like the people studying the course.
Okay. The field trip. Where do they go to? There are different places.
Yes.
The field trip at the beginning and end. It just seems a bit short. The field trip. I look forward to the field trip at the beginning and end of the program. Field trip by who? For who? You know? I don't like when it looks like there are gaps. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, I don't like when it looks like somebody will want to ask a question, like, so where, how, who? It makes me uncomfortable. I like to close everything tight. So you can maybe rework this. Still leave it though. It's a very good thing, yeah? But just rework, maybe write, field trips organized for, do you understand what I mean? School trip organized by the school, or organized for the scholars, or just find a way to just leave the idea, but rework the delivery. All right. So you don't want to do anything in London. It's only field trip you want to do. You're in London. There's nothing that you want to see. There's nothing you want. There's nowhere you want to really go. Eh? So maybe your money will not even be enough because by the time you come here, Shaifu will see anyway. But if you can find something fun too as well to add, that would be nice. That would be nice, yeah? The MSc Public Health Imperial. Oh, I love your schools. Edinburgh. Nice. You're on fire. I love your schools. See, guys, if you still have time to pick the best test of the best test, I know there's no word like best test, but I'm emphasizing best test. They are giving you a free, somebody is giving you free check. Don't pick quack schools. Pick the biggest schools you can pick. Maybe you can pick one quack if you feel like you cannot enter those big schools, just so in case, so that at least you enter one. But pick big schools are known. If I now that picked Oxford, Cambridge. But I love my school. I love my school. I
Hello,
absolutely.
Rita.
Yes?
Yeah, I noticed something too as well. Okay, Chevening tuition cap is 22,000.
It's
And I
not.
noticed that most of these big schools are talking about.
It's not. Tuition cap for MBA is only if you're undertaking an MBA. If you're not undertaking even my school fees is more than 22,000 as at last year. And how much is LSHTM school fees? A lot of scholars were in LSHTM. How much is Oxford? We have like 3 scholars that were in Oxford. The cap is for MBA. If you're undertaking an MBA, there's a cap of 22,000. If your school fees is more than 22,000 and what you're doing is an MBA, you pay the rest yourself. But any other course, you can go to any other school. So pick the best test schools, guys. Pick a good school that when you come out, when you even call the name of your school, when your school lands on your CV, say the CV will shake. Pick a very good school. Don't say I didn't tell you. Like I love her schools now. She picked LSHTM, which is a very top ranking school here in London. She picked Imperial College London. She picked University of Edinburgh. These are all like sweet schools. So you really want to use the opportunity well. You're not the one paying. Use it well. Okay, let me go back to it. The LMSc at Imperial College, due to its robust cost structure and emphasis on public health policy and global health, I intend to participate in the Global Health Forum and the annual public health conference hosted by Imperial College. Okay, good. This will allow me to engage with leading experts, thereby enlightening me on global health issues. Okay. Not bad. Whenever I do okay like this, it means it's not bad. It can be greater. It's not bad. It's good, but can be great. Moreover, Imperial's vibrant extracurricular student-led health initiatives like the Imperial College of Society, good. No, passion about public health, good. Given my experience as a, this will help to develop my leadership skills and enhance my ability to advocate for effective health policies in the NC. What's NCDC?
I mentioned it in the introduction.
Eh, me, I could not remember it too. Oh,
Since the
I've seen it. Okay. Furthermore, the WHO Collaborating Center in the school offers internships and a yearly trip to WHO headquarters in Geneva, which I look forward to. Beautiful. Beautiful. So this is like a good blend of school and fun. So that's good. As my third choice, I've chosen the MSc in Public Health at the University of Edinburgh, which is situated in the heart of Scotland. I've always wanted to experience Scottish culture. And the cities, which I use this Edinburgh Festival, oh God. The city's annual Edinburgh Science Festival and Global Health Academy offer unique opportunities to engage and network with scholars from different backgrounds. So nothing academic about Edinburgh, because now your words are beginning to finish. So you're like, make I just chook festival, chook this one there. If you can chook another one line, if you can revise something and chook another one line about something academic, that would be nice. Okay? Studying in the UK through achieving scholarship will boost my future employability prospects, connect me with like-minded change leaders, and develop world-class research skills in public health, which would help me to contribute to building resilience in the disease management system. I love this. Love it, love it, love it. Love it. Career plan. It is the last one. As a public health veterinary commissioner master's degree. Okay, that was very You don't rush through. Okay. Oh, wait. Why is your career plan starting like this? You just jumped into it. The jump even shocked me. Where is your introductory paragraph? You already know. And this is what your introductory paragraph is supposed to also tell us. Or you give us a statistic that you intend to change as a veterinarian or something, but give us an introduction, please. Upon completion of eh?
My is not you. I told somebody to read.
Okay. Of infectious to contribute. See, they've even changed it for you. Upon completion of my master's, I plan to return and apply for position at the Nigerian Center for Disease Control as a public health professional. I'll leverage the skills I gained in the epidemiology of infectious diseases and the control of infectious diseases to contribute to the NCDC's efforts in managing and controlling infectious diseases in the country. My goal is to advance within the NCDC, leading health initiatives that focus on disease control and infection of human and as well as influence policy and implement programs and diseases. I love this. After a year of working with NCDC, when I have gained first-hand experience in handling endemic, so I'll leverage achieving and host this seminar in which I plan to collaborate with local government agencies, missionary institutions, and public health organizations to design and implement measures that enhance and assist surveillance, prevention, and control of our citizens in the country. Working initiatives that increase awareness among communities and develop effective strategies for disease management and prevention. Okay. I hope this is not your medium-term plan. Is this a medium-term plan?
Yes.
Cannot be. If it can be, then it cannot be after a year. After a year of working with NCDC, is it not still short term? Please, between when you come back and 1 year, it's still short term. Medium term is like, say, between, say, 2 to 5 years. Some people will say 2 to 7 years. That's medium term. Then long term is like from 7 to 10 years and then above like that. So 1 year is still short term, in my opinion. No, I don't know. Well, in my opinion, I feel like 1 year is still so between now. So are you trying to tell me now between, let's say between this September I finish school now, next year September, it's already medium term? It's not. It's not medium term. When you come back, you will not catch your breath. You will not rest. It's not medium term yet. So, but if you want to, and hosting a seminar, it's not that deep. You can even host a seminar as you are here like this. So, and you plan to, okay, collaborate with local government agencies, veterinary institutions, public health organizations. You know that this thing, so this thing now, this designing and implementing all these surveillance detection, is it what you want to do in the seminar? What is a seminar? First of all, let's Google what a seminar is. Maybe I'm the one that is not. A seminar
A conference.
is a group discussion where they come together to learn, exchange ideas, and discuss a particular topic. Yeah? Okay. 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 All right, good. So these local government agencies, like which one? Like, at least you must list something. Let's know that, oh, you've seen ahead. You know the people you want to work with. You get. I say you get. So, working on initiatives that increase awareness among communities and develop. This includes working on initiatives that increase awareness among communities and developing effective strategies for disease management and prevention. Okay. My longer term goal is to establish a research and training center dedicated to zoonosis and One Health in Nigeria. This center will serve as a hub for research, policy development, and capacity building, fostering collaboration among veterinarians, medical professionals, and public health experts. The center will also focus on training the next generation of professionals in these fields, ensuring sustainable progress in the fight against zoonosis. These align with the UK government's effort. And say these goals. These goals align with the UK government's efforts in Nigeria, particularly in public health and SDG3. The UK has been a big partner in supporting Nigeria's health sector, like the Fleming Fund managed by the Good. All right. By working, targeting improvement in the surveillance of antimicrobial resistance and drug use in both human. Okay. By working closely with these UK-funded project institutions in Nigeria, I aim to amplify my impact and contribute to the broader objectives of improving global health by reducing the burden of zoonosis through the One Health approach. What are objectives? Okay, I know some of the no. People are more ambitious than this. Remove this thing. With the exposure and experience, I'm assuming this is gone. With the exposure and experience I will get acquired from studying it again. If I remove this whole paragraph. This alone is perfect. Why do you want to come and spoil it with this one? This paragraph just annoyed me. Why do you want to spoil it with this one? This is perfect. You have closed off already. You've brought in the UK government. You can just add, and you can say, by working closely with this blah 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 and the network of Chevening scholars in public health sector in Nigeria, you can now add this. With this UK institutions, projects, institutions, and the network of Chevening scholars in the public health sector. Please remove this thing out completely. Oh, is that the end? Whew. Yeah, so I think that's that for that. So I'm just going to quickly answer a few questions I got where on the yes. Someone said, how can I apply for the scholarship and what are the qualifications? I've already addressed this at the beginning of the video, so you can watch again, or better still, go to www.chevening.org to get the answers, although I have addressed this at the beginning of the video. Can I give more than 2 examples? Yes, you can, but if you giving examples, like more than 2 examples, is going to make you start overwriting, or you won't be able to manage your word counts, then just really flesh out your 2 examples. Make sure they are very strong examples. But in my case, in most of my essays, I gave 3 examples and I wrote them well. Like I managed my words well and fleshed them out well. So if you know you can do that, then of course you can give 3 examples. I would really stop at 3. 4 examples is stretching it a bit. Between 2 and 3 examples is perfect. What tips do you have to write an outstanding application? I would say, first of all, make the story yours. Second of all, know how to tell your story concisely and know how to amplify what you're supposed to amplify. Like, make sure you put forth that thing you're supposed to put forth and not just Know how to tell your story well. Make sure it's concise and use Chevening principles. Use the STAR approach. It always helps you with your writing. Use the STAR approach. I'm concerned about my university choice. I have not applied, so I chose no. I hope it won't affect me. No, it won't affect you because you're not required now to have your offers. You'll be required to have your offers by 11th July 2025. So you still have some time, okay? It's not going to affect you. What's the deadline for applying to my choice university? I'm a bit confused because my transcript is not ready. 11 July 2025 is the deadline to apply to your universities. How do I show I made an impact in my role at work that benefited the society, since that's what Chevening accepts? It can benefit your team, it can benefit your organization, it doesn't benefit the whole society. It can benefit that office as long as you did something that changed your immediate community. If that community is the office, it's fine. It mustn't be the society or the community, in quotes. How has winning the scholarship impacted you? Have you noticed any changes in yourself, particularly in terms of leadership skills and entrepreneurship? I'm interested. I would love to hear how this experience has shaped your journey so far. Yes, it has impacted me. First of all, I'm now like a brother, like I think more broadly. When I was back home, before I got Chevening, like there was a limit to how far I could see. I don't know how else to explain it, but if you get the scholarship, you get what I'm trying to say. There was a limit to how far I could see. I was only seeing like what was in front of me. I wasn't seeing much farther. Now, my goodness, it has broadened my view on life. It has made me know that a lot of things are very, very possible. In fact, this scholarship will revolutionize your life. That's all I'm going to say. Someone said, is there any PhD scholarship in mechanical, material, and manufacturing engineering? If yes, what are the requirements, deadline, mandatory documents, how to prepare good motivation? Wow. Recommendation and CV. So you not just hire me like this because all these questions. First of all, yes, there are even Chevening has a PhD fellowship. Commonwealth Shared has fellowship. There's Erasmus. There's that. There are many scholarships that allow you to also apply for PhDs. There are many, 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 many. And if you just do your research, a simple Google search will save you. If you do your research, you will find these answers, okay? How to prepare a good motivation, recommendation, and CV. If you go and check up on my YouTube channel, I think I have one or two things. I have something on motivation statement. Maybe I would make a video on recommendation and CV, how to prepare good ones. My YouTube channel is Uzo's Tribe, so you can check that out. Some people, I also noticed that some people answered, yes, I want my essay reviewed, but they did not put any Google Doc link. If you don't put a Google Doc link, I'm sorry, I can't review your essays because I'm not going to see it. I'm not going to see it. So if you know you want your essays reviewed, then you would have to put a Google Doc link, okay? And I think that's closed now. I think the responses I have now, I'll just focus on doing those reviews. I think I'll just close. I'll stop accepting responses at this point. Yes, Ayobayo, you can ask a question.
Yeah, I want to ask a question. So while reviewing, you were mentioning the fact that I have to mention maybe someone that has done something like what I'm doing, probably in the Chevening network. What if I don't have an idea of someone who
Go
has
on,
done the same thing?
go on LinkedIn. You'll find someone.
Okay.
Even if it does not touch exactly on what it is you like, even if it's not exactly, you'll find someone within that field that sort of touches on what you're doing. Trust me, on LinkedIn, you'll find someone.
And person must be a Chevening alumni or
Well,
part
if
of
you don't
it.
want to use Chevening alumni now, you can use other people. You must not say, oh, I want to, talk with Chevening alumni, even if we advise that because, well, it's Chevening. And that's one of the goals of the scholarship, to give you access to a very large network of global scholars, right? Trust me, you find the Chevening alumni. But if you don't find the Chevening alumni, then just say, oh, I want to network with Chevening alumni and other intellectuals in this space. Like, then you call the other
Okay.
person Chevening alumni who you
All
know.
right. Thank you.
Yeah. All right, I think we are almost 1 hour beyond the time that we planned. It was supposed to be 12 to 3, but now it's already 12 to 3:45. Thank you guys so much for joining this live. I hope I hope I was able to open your eyes to certain things, and I hope that this live, your essays will go from good to great and from great to winning. Thank you so much. Please follow me on YouTube. Let me put it in the chat box, my YouTube link, so that you can watch all my videos. I have a couple of videos there on Chevening. And yes, 1 second, let me just share the link to my channel. And the link does not want to share. Yes, that's it. So you can also follow me on LinkedIn at Rita Okolo. You can follow me on Instagram, the only Rita Okolo. And yes, I'm about to share the YouTube link. So you can, yeah, that's it. Then as to forms, I don't know if I'm still accepting responses because the responses are becoming a lot. I had initially said I was going to, I had initially said I was only going to do a few, like 15, but it seems like I'm going to have to do 30 now, but that's fine. Oh, my YouTube helped you. Thank you so much. That's amazing. Love, love, love. Thank you so much. And thank you guys so much for joining. Joshua, thank you. Thank you also very much. I hope this has helped you. I will see you guys much later. I think I'm going to, someone is entering the waiting room. We're about to leave, Christiana. Thank you so much for joining today's session. If you want to rewatch the session, I'm going to post the session on my YouTube. You can always go and rewatch it on my YouTube. The link is right there in the chat box. I'll paste it again for Christiana that just joined. And I will see you guys when next I see you. Take care and bye. Let me end.